ain't tryna see your hand up. I ain't tryna see your hand up. I ain't tryna see your hand up. No freebies, better pay up. I ain't tryna see your hand up. No freebies, better pay up. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay up. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store, I'm playing. I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse, yeah. You just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the cam base where I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth, yeah. They be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stance like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off, yeah. It's a matter of time. I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle shrunk. 4th and 40 got a punt. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate, but you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I ain't worth.
I ain't tryna see your hand up. No freebies, better pay up. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay up. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
Hey, yo, Jay. Hey, yo, Jay. Can we get some ratchet one time?
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve. Shit on my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. They don't want it when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need the bag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. Bust a family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem. I ain't perfect. Let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house. And woo. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Woo. Watch out, set it up, bet you I shut it down, watch out, get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner, got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare. I'm a line, but the winner about the cage. I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
Hey, yo, Jay. Can we get some ratchet one time?
Okay, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me lose. loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Back now. Back now. Back now. Back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Back now. Back now. Back now. Back now. Somebody tell them that we, yeah. I got the city on my shoulder, straight to the top, yeah. I told you I never drop what I'm holding, yeah. I got the team with me. We gotta go and we on a roll, so we never see defeat. Yeah, lights still shine even when the world's dark, and I still stride even when it gets harder. We stayed steady since the day that we started. No, we ain't stopping. I know we got it. Look, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look on. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream, where I forgot to run my intro, so I had to play like a makeshift beat to go with the intro. I don't know. Just let's not tell anybody about that, guys. That's my fault. I'm gonna get in trouble. Tony D said if I mess up my intro one more time, he's gonna fire me. So I don't want that to happen. But what is going on, Candle Mafia? Thank you all for tuning in to today's I almost said premium live stream. Oh, God, I might have to spit some extra sauce there. But what is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to today's live stream, for the Frankie Candles live stream. Guys, what is going... I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. I can't start to stream like this.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. I apologize about that, guys. That was the roughest intro I've ever done in my life throughout this entire YouTube channel. We had to call in the goats to play the remix there and redo the intro. But here we are. Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream, guys, every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for tuning in. We got an amazing show for you guys tonight. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. Is this thing going to dump over the weekend, or are we going to go and hit that 46K MPOC, or maybe even that 48 to 50K golden pocket value area high, that golden target we've been looking at for quite some time? Or are we just going to front run it right here and dump from where we're at right now? We're going to be taking a look at the charts, guys, and I want to warn you ahead of time. It's a little bit some murky water out there, guys. There's a few mixed signals out there, so I will just tell you right off the bat, I am approaching the markets from a pretty neutral standpoint here, and we're going to take a look at the bullish case and the bearish case today. I'm going to give you guys kind of all the bullish and bearish puzzle pieces so you could come to your own conclusion. Because we'll take a look at it. There's a lot of mixed signals on the chart, but for the way that we trade, guys, we are I am personally in a very good situation, along with the premium Discord, where we are pretty well hedged in both directions. So if we wind up getting this pump to the upside, to that MPOC or that golden pocket value area high level, we're just simply going to get stopped out in profit on our shorts and then continue to make money on our swing longs and our scalp longs. I don't know if anyone else is still in their scalp longs. My scalp longs have turned into swing trades at this point. But I don't really have a preference in which way this Bitcoin goes. I actually probably would prefer a dump to come in here, and there are definitely signals calling for a dump. But again, there are some things that could be calling for more upside. So we're going to be taking a look at all this stuff on tonight's live stream. Hopefully, I can give you guys some clarity into where I think Bitcoin is going. But before we jump into it, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where everybody's going to get a chance to win some free crypto, and we're calling those giveaway winners on tonight's stream. So we may go a little bit shorter on the TA, so we could get I've been getting off these Friday live streams a little bit late lately, so we may do a little bit of a shorter TA stream so we could jump into the giveaways a little bit early. But you guys all know, if you tune in, that this basically means that we're going to go long again today. So smash that like button. Every 100 likes, you guys know what to do. And yeah, if we hit, what should we do? 550 likes gets us 2 Frankie Candles hats. We've been trying to give away these Frankie Candles hats for quite some time, but we have not hit any like goals. So 550 likes, we will add 2 Frankie Candle hats to the giveaway, and maybe one of them will be the limited edition colorway. And I saw Crypto Billy saying, hey, is that a Richardson 112 or a Richardson 111? And Crypto Billy, it's a Richardson 112, baby. The only hats that we give that we have here at the Frankie Candle Studio. But guys, let's go ahead and say what's up to chat before we jump into the charts. Shout out to RS Schwartz or R Schwartz. Shout out to you. He said, "I want me a hat," and I say, shout out to you, bro. Smash that like button. You'll have an opportunity to win one for completely free. So shout out to you, man. But let's go ahead and cover some of these. We already got some super chats, but let's go ahead and say what's up to the Mafia. We got shout out to Dave Digital. Says, Frankie, glad you're here, but take a lap, bro. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you guys for sticking with me through that rough intro. We got Zach Leroy in the house. He says, your alert last night killed Bonk. Thank you. Shout out to Zach Leroy. We don't mean to move the markets here, guys. But yeah, we looked at Bonk was going bonkers. And yeah, we were looking at it, and I think it started correcting as soon as we started talking about it. But we can take a look at Bonk a little bit later today. Tony D let me know that I'm fired for screwing up the I'm wondering, I keep thinking I'm really low, guys. I think we got to drop the studio down a little bit. There we go. But shout out to Tony D. Please let me keep my job, bro. Please. Shout out to Tony D. And then we got ZC Productions. Shout out to you, bro. He says, that snack looking sexy, fam. Have you tried the energy drink yet? Wait, a snack energy drink? Wait, hold up. Shout out to ZC. Let me know. Are you talking about a snack energy drink? Let me know in the chat. And then Tony D said, might be some other models coming soon. Shout out to Tony D. He's talking about those hats. But guys, without further ado, we do have some stuff to look at here on Bitcoin, as to be honest, this week has been a little bit uneventful. But shout out to Mark Dutch. Guys, don't forget to show some love to our mods in the chat. They help me out endlessly with this YouTube channel. You guys know that, and I know you love them as much as I do. So show them some love in the chat. We got Maze in the chat. We got Peter Post, Bad Axe, The Godfather. Show the Godfather some respect. You don't want to piss that guy off. You don't want to piss that guy off, huh? You don't want to piss that guy off. Trust me, guys. Shout out to Psychedelic Astronaut. Said, what's the giveaway video? At Tony D, at Tyler Durden, at Rob the Crypto Sound, at Crypto Billy, at Crypto Anon. They will drop those links in just a second, and me saying that is basically me saying I'm not sure exactly what video it is. But guys, and shout out to Landon. Shout out to you, bro. He said, Frankie the Don, the Candle Mafia. Frankie the Don of the Candle Mafia. Shout out to you. Oh, God, what is this word? God, I'm Italian. I don't even think I could read that. Maybe I'm not a real Italian now. Maybe I'm going to get kicked out of the culture here because I don't know that word. But shout out to Landon. I appreciate you. Maraviglioso. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Landon. Thank you for the super chat, bro. But with all that being said, Landon, Maron. I love this. I love that this is an emoji, guys. This is like my default hand position. Like, what are you doing, bro? But anyway, shout out to Landon. Thank you for the super chat. But without further ado, shout out to Cuz I Can Bump It, Donato Cabrera, Crypto Cowboy, Tyler Durden, Crypto Billy. These are the people I see in my direct eye line. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. I'm on one tonight, guys. So be careful. If we have any new people coming in, they're going to be like, what is this guy on? And guys, before we jump into it, I just want to shout out the Andromeda-derived alien scam water right here. We're gonna fire it up and drop some of those alien eggs right into this water because I gotta stay hydrated because I'm already falling apart today. So here we go, guys. Oh, and Dave Digital. Guys, I always forget to shout Dave Digital out when we talk about the mods. Shout out to Dave Digital. He says, only one real mod. Shout out to Dave Digital. You guys know our only real actual mod is Dave Digital. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys, and take a look, not at Bonk. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. So here we are. And first off, guys, I do want to take a look kind of at our... I want to take a look at the zoom out and just kind of take a look at where we are in the grand scheme of things. Are we going to get this move to the downside? Are we going to get a push up to our final target here of the value area high, macro golden pocket? And I will just be the first person to tell you guys, like I said, we are getting a lot of mixed signals on the chart right now, right? Now, we are pretty eerily close to this golden pocket. And I was talking to the premium Discord earlier today saying, we were looking at this golden pocket ever since we got this dump down in June of 2022, right? We've pulled that golden pocket saying, hey, we probably are going to make another lower low, but if this was the bottom, we'd be looking at a macro golden pocket sitting between about 48 to 50K, and you could see, like, even when we pulled it right there, it doesn't move much, right? It's been between about, right here's 49 to 50K, but now it's sitting at about 48, not even 48. It's like 48. Let's see. Let me just go ahead and line that up. But yeah, about 48.8 to $50,000, right? And really the one of the major reasons we've been looking up towards this level, guys, is for two major reasons, right? Number one, it's the macro golden pocket, and we've seen this happen before in previous cycles, right? In 2019, we got a bear market rally right into that macro golden pocket. We've shown this a million times on the channel, right into that golden pocket before cooling back off. And then we had that, pre-halving rally, pre-halving Black Swan, and then I believe this was pre-halving Black Swan, and then we wound up eventually having the halving somewhere in here, I believe, and then we had the parabolic bull run, right? So we were looking at it for the fact that we have the golden pocket here, but now we are also looking at the fact that we have this macro value area high sitting at this exact level as well. So what can we take away from this, right? Well, we knew that if we came up to this level and started banging our heads here, we were going to be very close to potentially flipping this to support and filling the entire range up to that macro level. And I was talking to the premium Discord, talking about how, we've been, I felt crazy talking about a 48 to 50K Bitcoin at any point, any time close to this, right? But here we are, right? Very quickly, what happens? We flip that value area low and we start filling the entire range, and we're very, very close to that 48 to 50K level. And if you guys remember, I did have a pre-record, right, like months ago, talking about what the rest of the bear market may potentially look like, and it had a lot to do with coming up here, filling this range to potentially 48 to 50K, and then getting a little bit more of a correction before having our halving come in, and then the parabolic bull run. And that does seem to be almost perfectly almost exactly what we're seeing, right? Doesn't mean that we're still going to guarantee get a big dump. We could be wrong at any point here, but up until now, we've gotten pretty close to that target, which is pretty exciting. And this does remain kind of my one of my end targets, right? If we do wind up getting up here, I will be looking to take some bigger swing long positions at this level. And I would even be open to, if we do come up here, let's say, we wind up coming up a little bit, right? And we push up into the golden pocket. We start to deviate above this volume profile because of the way the volume profiles work and the fact that we have the 786 sitting right up here at about 57K. If we came up here, I will be looking for short positions. And even if we push up higher, I would probably be looking to add to my position all the way until we get up to that 786. And then once we start, getting above that 786 and, consolidating, it looks like we may get a bigger move up. That might be where I would be able to, that might be where I'd kind of be willing to cut my losses and be like, okay, I'm wrong. I don't want to waste any more money on this. Let's look at a higher target, right? But that is essentially, the kind of this between the golden pocket and the 786 is kind of where I'll be looking for that next short. Not only because the golden pocket 786 retracement is oftentimes where you will get a bigger correction or a lower high or a bigger correction to come in, but, on top of that, you're deviating away from your volume profile. This is where you want to be looking for your shorts to potentially get sucked back into your range. More specifically closer to that point of control, right? So that's kind of just macro plan has not really changed at all. And this week has been kind of lackluster as we've just been kind of consolidating, sitting around this level here, between about 40K and about 44.5. So just in general, those are the macro levels, guys. Now, don't forget, we do have those intermediary levels, as I like to call them. And they are sitting, we do have a, one more level between where we are at now and that 48 to 50K number. And that level is a very specific naked point of control sitting at $45,974, right? Like just creeping up towards that 46K level. So if we do wind up taking these highs, guys, and we'll talk about the local price action a little bit more and kind of the probability of, maybe coming up and taking these highs. But if we do wind up coming up, breaking these highs, the next key level and the only level really, in my opinion, that is standing in the way of us and that 48 to 50K target is that naked point of control at $46,000. And again, nothing really new here. We've been looking at these levels for quite some time. But other than that, on top of the macro range that we're looking at, right? Other than, we have this big macro range pulled from the macro, from the top of the bull market. Let's go ahead and hide that, hide the next targets, and open up our local volume profile, right? Like a big reason. Now, I am still holding my short position from the top here. So, I get a lot of questions, right? Like, are we going to dump, right? Or Frankie, why are you looking for longs? We're going to dump. Or why are you looking for long? Or why are you looking for shorts? We're going to pump, right? And the answer is, I'm not I think a lot of people think that if I'm in a short, that's my only position and all of my money is on that trade with no stop loss. And I think that's what people sometimes think. But simply put, I am short from the high here, and I'm also long from all the way down here, right? So I'm long from basically the bottom, not the bottom of the bear market, but the bottom of this, basically down from this previous area of consolidation. Long from the lows here, also short from the very, very top. So if we wind up dumping, my short will wind up playing out, right? If we wind up pumping and breaking these highs, I will get stopped out of my short in profit. And I'm going to show you guys the trade in just a second. We've looked at it before. But I will get stopped out in profit on that short, and then my long will continue to pay me out. So right now, I really don't have a strong... I don't really have a strong opinion or a strong preference on what happens, right? I will say, if anything, I would prefer a push to the downside, right? I would like that better, but it doesn't mean that it's more likely, right? Again, like, we are seeing a lot of mixed signals, and we're going to get into them in just a second. But local levels, we do have some more local levels here. You can look at this more local volume profile, which, not to be confused with the macro volume profile, right? This is our local volume profile pulled from this local area of consolidation. And then that other volume profile we were looking at is this one pulled from the entire range of the bull market, right? So when you're looking at something like the weekly or the 5-day, when you're looking at those higher term time frames, this is the map that I am using to try to figure out where price is going to go next. However, if we start pulling back here, I'm not just automatically going to be like, oh my God, the next level of support is the POC, because we know that we have this local area of consolidation that gives us intermediary levels before that macro POC, right? So that point of control sitting at 34.4 is a key level, but we also have some local levels a little bit closer to us that we could keep an eye on, right? So if we do continue down, and we have even more local levels that we'll look at in a second, but when we're looking at the volume profile, the next key level here is, right, like, what happened here? Simply put, we came up, flipped the value area low to support. Where'd we go next? The POC, as expected, consolidation, break above the POC, and a run for the value area high. This is one of the big reasons why I was looking for a short up here, because not only were we deviating from the volume profile, right, above the high, this is where you want to look for shorts. Not only that, but we also had some other very significant key levels here, such as a naked point of control, right, sitting here at 43,578, right? Many, many reasons to look to go short here, as well as some things that we were seeing pop up on the indicators, giving us bearish divergences with money flow coming out, etc., etc. Many reasons to go short here. So I am still holding this position. And if we do continue down, like I said, we do have some local levels just underneath us. But the next major level when looking at the higher time frames is going to be about $38,998 or $39,000, where we have the range point of control. So definitely a level you want to have marked out on your charts. Not the immediate next level of support, but a very, very important one indeed. And then just under that, if we lose that level, you also want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on this value area low at $37,636, right? And then obviously, if we do come back down there for some reason, right, or not for some reason, but if we do wind up coming down there by chance, I will be treating this as a volume profile, right? So I will be looking for bullish confirmations at the value area low. As we deviate, if we get them, we will look for a scalp long position up to that POC in hopes of flipping that POC and getting a move back up to the high. So that's kind of the long-term plan if we get the move to the downside. Now, the question is it likely to get that move to the downside? And my answer to you is maybe. Right? Because we are getting the mixed signals. So let's go ahead and start off on the higher time frames. I'm actually going to hide the TA, and I want to just talk about the indicators. So 5-day red dot, still fresh, still printing. 6-day red dot, still printing, about to confirm in about 5 days. Not about to confirm, but to confirm in 5 days. And then your weekly has not printed a red dot just yet, but look at that VWAP curving back down towards the zero line. And I will say, guys, this is going to be that signal. And I was talking about this to the premium Discord earlier, and I want to make sure everybody understands this. Now, I'm going to be looking at that weekly red dot. This is going to be one of the major signals that I'm watching over the weekend to see if we print it, right? If we print that, it's going to indicate some potential more downside. And very similar to how we were looking at this green dot on the 2-day. Now, if you guys watch the show, you will know. Let me come into bar replay mode really, really quickly here. On the 2-day, recently on the live streams, we were looking at a chart that looked like this, right? Saying, hey, this VWAP on the 2-day is coming up, right? If we get a green dot here, we're likely going to get another push to the upside. And the reason we were trying to figure this out, guys, was because we were trying to front run market cipher, right? Because we knew if we got that green dot, which we could tell was likely to come very soon because the VWAP was coming up, we were saying at that time, over the weekend, if we get that green dot on the 2-day, I'm going to expect a move to the upside, potentially to fill this volume profile. And if we get that move all the way up there, what would it have done for us? It will have given us a higher high on our price, right? And if we got that to happen, the momentum wave would likely come up and give us a lower high, giving us what? A bearish divergence on the 2-day, which would give us a more macro bearish bias, right? So this is another big reason why we were looking to go short at the top of the value area high here. There was a bunch of confluence. If we got the pump up here, we were hitting a value area high. Key level to look at a short for. Key level to look for a short at, right? On top of that, if we put the higher high in and got the lower high in the momentum wave, that would give us a bearish divergence. That would indicate weakness on the higher time frames for a push to the downside. On top of that, we also had some very local signals on the lower time frames to actually enter the short up here. And, spoiler alert, it was a liquidity grab, right? So what happened shortly after that? We wound up getting that green dot to print on the 2-day. We got the price to run straight up into our level here, give us that higher high on the price action. And what happened on Market Cipher B? We simply put that lower high that we were looking at or looking for, letting us know that there is weakness here and we are likely to get a pullback. Now, obviously, we've been much more conservative with the shorts than we are with the longs. We're being very greedy with the longs. Like I said, I'm in 2 scalp longs right now that have turned into swing trades, right? And again, one of those entries is from down here at 26.8, I believe. So like right down here somewhere. And then I think the other one is from down here, right? And these were just supposed to be little scalp trades, and then they wound up being longer-term positions because there was no reason to close them because things were still looking like they wanted to continue up. So why not hold the trades for extra gains, right? But I want people to understand that there was many levels of confluence to look for a short at this level, right? And we were able to do it by trying to front-run Market Cipher and predict what Market Cipher would look like before it actually happened, right? And then obviously we got that 2-day bearish divergence. It confirmed, and we did get the push to the downside, right? A lot of people always tell me, Frankie, how are you short from the top? Simply put, we sat on our hands and waited for very specific things. I'm not just shorting every high. Well, we kind of are shorting every high very conservatively, but it has a lot to it has a lot to do with like understanding what we're looking for, waiting for specific things to happen, and then executing right when we see those confirmations, right? So there you go. So very similarly, the reason I bring up that 2-day is because very similarly to how we were handling that situation, I'm going to be handling this red dot on the weekly, right? Because with these mixed signals, we might want to keep an eye on these higher time frame bearish signals to give us a little bit more of a long-term bias, right? So if we wind up starting to print a red dot on the weekly here, that's going to give us a higher chance of getting a bigger pullback, right? Potentially, I wouldn't really be looking much lower than $37,400, which again is the local value area low sitting right here. So, and you might be thinking to yourself, well, is Bitcoin going to zero then? And the answer is no, right? In my opinion, right? Maybe if we get down here, it looks super bearish, then we could look for, if it looks like it's going to zero, I'll be the first person to let you know, right? But, even if we pull back to this, value area low, I will be looking for longs to potentially get a continuation to the upside. And again, targeting that 48 to 50K level, right? And don't get it twisted. If we get a pullback to this value area low, guys, the bears will show up again, right? The bears are going to be like, I told you, 8K incoming, you morons, right? So, don't get freaked out by these people. Remember, we are in it, and we make our decisions based off the information on the chart, not people on the internet, right? Like not the emotional bias that people have on the internet, right? So and I say that for a very specific reason. You want to be careful, guys, because especially if you're watching YouTube or you're on crypto Twitter, like you're gonna see everybody voicing their opinion, and 99% of these people are just voicing their emotional opinion, right? Especially the perma bulls and the perma bears. We are neither of those, right? I'm a perma bull on crypto. I think crypto is the future 100%. Obviously, I'm a crypto perma bull, right? But if this thing looks like it's going to dump, we're going to act off of that and make money from it, right? Like, I don't care if it hurts my feelings that Bitcoin goes to zero. I'm going to make money on the way there. So, so we're never getting too emotional in one direction or the other, right? We are simply just trading the charts in front of us. So, in my opinion, if we do come down here without any crazy technical signals letting us know that we're going to get a much bigger drop, I will be looking for major support at 37.6. And that doesn't matter if the bears are on Twitter saying that 8K is incoming, you're an idiot, and 100K is never coming, whatever. We're not listening to those people, right? We're just looking at the charts. And And it works the same in the same direction, right? Like, or in the opposite direction, right? If you get a pump to the upside, right? All the bulls are gonna be like, I told you, 100K incoming. But we know that we have key levels of resistance here, right? So just you want to think with your head, not your emotions, right? Just keep that in mind, guys. Especially as the as the space becomes more and more noisy, as I would like to say, as the bull market approaches, there's going to be more creators, and to be quite frank with you, no pun intended, it's going to probably birth a lot of really good content creators, right? There's going to be great content creators, but that's also going to come with the sludge of the earth scammers, right? Or not even that, just like people who are just making content but don't fully understand how the market works, right? And these are people who are at risk of telling their audience, oh, we're bullish because we're bullish, not because of any actual information, right? So just make sure anything you're listening to is backed up by information, right? Like when I say, when people say, hey, Frankie, why are you waiting for 48 to 50K? I don't answer with, because Bitcoin, dude, you don't think it's the future? Like, there's a macro golden pocket here, right? There's a reason why we look for everything we look for. But if we get this red dot to print, this is likely going to indicate that the pullback is not over, right? And then these are the two next key levels I'll be looking at about 39K and 37.4. Now, if we start losing that range, this is the beauty of the volume profiles, guys. If we wind up losing this range, we are simply then going to take that range off. We don't want to completely ignore it, but you can temporarily remove it from the chart and then continue to look at your larger range. So you start losing that range, you're saying, hey, well, we do have the macro POC down here at 34.4. So if we lose 37.4, maybe 34.4 is another big level to look at. And then obviously we do also have the value area low down here. I don't know if we're going to pull back that much, especially like right now. I don't see a reason that we're going to absolutely nuke down to 28.7, but crazier things have happened. If we just start getting some kind of crazy move to the downside, you have these levels below you, and that's kind of what I'm looking at, right? So bearish signals, weekly red dot looking to print. You have your 6-day, 5-day, and your 4-day red dots. The 5 and 6 day are printing. The 4-day is confirmed. You actually do have a little bit of a bearish divergence here. But remember, when you're in a strong uptrend like we are right now, these bear divs are not going to likely give you, unless you catch the tippy top, they're not likely to give you those big moves to the downside. They're likely just to give you some kind of slight pullback, right, to put in a higher low and then continue to the upside, right? You can see here we actually did have a bearish divergence on the 4-day amongst other key time frames, higher time frames, money flow coming out. But did we go to zero? No, we just came down here, put in a higher low, and continue to the upside. So still taking the bearish signals with a grain of salt, in my opinion, until we hit this more macro key level between 48 and 50K. So with that being said, let's come down and keep looking at these bearish and bullish signals, right? So bearish signals, weekly red dot, that's the major one that I'm going to be watching over the weekend. If that starts printing, again, bearish bias will remain. And then, as we work our way down to the lower daily time frames, the 2-day VWAP aggressively flipping back to the upside here, looking to cross over the zero line to print another green dot. So this is kind of the first sign of it's too early to take anything away from this, right? Like this could easily just point right back down. But this is letting you know, hey, maybe this is starting to round off here, right? And then coming on over to the daily, getting a little bit rejected at the zero line, but in general, you are starting to make your way up towards that zero line, right? So that's something to keep an eye on. If you get that daily green dot, maybe a move to the upside on the way. 16-hour, now this is, again, talking about mixed signals, red dot on your 16-hour with money flow consistently coming out, right? And then if we turn on our market cipher A, you don't have a blood diamond here, but coming on down to the 12-hour, okay, it's gone. The 12-hour blood diamond is gone. Okay, interesting. Oh, no, well, it is on now it's on the 16-hour, right? So depending on what candles you're looking at or what exchange you're looking at, you're probably going to get mixed signals here, right? So blood diamond on Bybit on the 16-hour, on Heikinashi's, right, but not on your regular candles, right? So on Heikinashi's, you do have the blood diamond on the 16-hour with your money flow consistently cruising to the downside, right? This is more of a bearish signal, guys. And, on top of this, you also have the 2-day bear div, right? So these are things you have to keep into consideration. These are, in my opinion, especially look at the 12-hour, right? Money flow coming out, right? Red dot looking to print. 10-hour, red dot confirmed. Money flow coming out. 8-hour money flow coming out. Red dot, also 8-hour blood diamond printing, right? 6-hour, red dot confirmed. Money flow also coming to the downside. Your 4-hour money flow just crossed over into the red, as you can see right here. Crossed over into the red. This would indicate, right, that a local trend to the downside may continue based on, within the context of your time frame being the 4-hour. and this is the mixed signals, right? Like, in my opinion, guys, I will say this. Looking at Market Cipher, right? If I couldn't look at anything else or I didn't know any other kind of TA and I was just looking at Market Cipher, I will say this. Between the 16-hour, the 12, the 10, the 8, the 6, the 5, the 4-hour, looks like we would be looking for more downside. And again, that doesn't mean that we're guaranteed to come down to the 37.4 level, but it does look more likely to get a move to the downside. The one thing that has got me a little bit twisted here, looking for that, again, 46K NPOC to get hit. The reason I am kind of a little, I'm not confused, but the reason that the signals are a little bit confused, and the reason I am kind of still looking up towards that 46K NPOC is simply because you have to remember that these naked points of control act as a magnet. And I guess the answer is I don't really care what happens first, right? Like, I don't care if we get a move to the downside or a move to the upside first, right? I would prefer a move to the downside, right? Because I won't get stopped out of my long. And if we are going to come down to, say, 37.6, 37.4, and then get a continued move to the upside, this would give me an opportunity to remain in my short, make more money off of it, and then still hold my longs, potentially enter a fresh long, and then, I would technically make more money if we got a move to the downside and then a move to the upside. But even if we did get a move to the upside and then the downside, I would just make some money on my short because I would get stopped out in profit, and then we would, continue to make money on the long and then maybe look for a fresh short entry, right? So again, like, I'm in a very, very cushy position right now. Let me see if I can pull up these positions right now. Let's see. Where is my Femex account? Where'd it go? Where's my dang Femex? Okay, here it is. So again, like, just to walk you guys through this, long position still up 1,700%, right? Like, I am way in the green on this. I have $54 left in this position, right? There is 54 of my own dollars left in this position. Other than that, it's basically free money, right? But my to get wrecked on this trade, remember, like, my entry into this trade is, I think I have it marked out on the chart once it loads. Shout out to the Aztec and Cactus Mosswater. Like, this is my entry, right? So, like, we really got to nuke down here to the mid-20s for me to, get stopped out. I don't even have my stop loss set here. I should stop. I mean, I guess I could. We could set my stop loss to break even here, but we're really going to have to dump for me to get wrecked on the long, right? Plus, I have, thousands locked in profit. And then on the short that we entered recently here, up about 104%, locked in about half the profits, and then just still up about 500 unrealized. So, and then obviously XRP short still kicking, baby. They cannot stop me out of this short, guys. They cannot get me out of this short. But to be quite honest with you guys, I think there's a much higher chance that I get stopped out at break even, right? So I'm making about $1,000 if I get stopped out of this trade. So I don't want anyone getting twisted that I'm just like FOMO holding these trades, praying for price to go in a direction. I'm expecting this to get stopped out. I'm willing to risk this $234 of unrealized profit to get stopped out, right? In for about $1,000, right? And then so again, right? If we come down, it'll allow me to continue making money on the short. My long is very protected here just by the distance between my entry and current price. So I would prefer to come down, make a little bit more money on the short, and then maybe add to my long position or find some fresh long positions on the way down. But I mean, really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And to be honest, it's very hard to tell which is going to come first here. So I am sitting on my hands, accepting my fate. If we come up and hit those higher targets, I'm simply accepting my fate, making money on the long, take more profit up here or up here, and then looking for short positions back to the downside. If we get a move down, you guys know the key levels of support I'm looking at before it bounce back to the upside. So the only other thing I really want to talk about here before we move on to the altcoins, guys, is I just want to come down to these lower time frames, right? I guess we could look at the Bitstamp chart. Oh, actually, no. Let's look at the Bybit chart. Go to a higher time frame. No, what chart are we looking at here? Bear with me, guys. Let me go ahead and hide these. Do we have the local? Hold up, guys. Hold up. Where's my chart? All right, I think it's over here. Let me hide some of this stuff here, guys. Let me just, actually, you know what we'll do? I'll show you on Trading Light, right? We'll show you on the actual order flow software. So this is Chainlink. Let's pull up Bitcoin, right? Because there are some levels there are two specific levels underneath us that I am watching very closely. they're naked points of control, right? And they are sitting right here. So let's say that we do wind up getting a move down. Now, I don't want anyone getting like super freaked out by what they're looking at right here. This is simply regular candlestick chart, right? Let me just change these to, let me turn off the, well, we're going to need that. But this is your regular candlestick chart, right? Same Bitcoin chart that we're used to looking at, just a different, oh no, oh no, oh no, I just spilled Aztec King Cactus moss water everywhere, guys. Bear with me, bear with me. Sorry, guys. Hang on one second. BRB, BRB. This is the cleanup song. Okay, sorry about that, guys. But continuing on here, the two next key levels I'd be looking at on Bitcoin is going to be all the music you play now needs goats in them. Yeah, you guys like that freestyle from the goat earlier? That was pretty fire. Shout out to the goats. Yo, GoPro cleanup. Yo, you guys are funny. Eating pasta from under the desk. Yeah, I'm just sneaking some sauce down there, guys. Let's see. Frankie's landlord secretly watching and deducting $150 off his deposit right now. Shout out to Dave Digital. You guys are too much. But continuing on here, guys, the next two key levels that I would be looking at if we do break these lows for the most part is going to be these two naked points of control, right? 39.5 all the way down here, not all the way, but down here to about 38.7. These two naked points of control could be areas to be looking at, right? And we can also combine this with some Fibonacci. That's one thing I do not like about trading light. I wish I could, there's no crosshairs. How am I supposed to know if this fib is, like, lined up here? Can I extend these to the right? Hang on. Oh, nope, solid. Lock, freeze position, opacity. No. How could you not extend these lines to the right? Interesting. But anyway, we do have a golden pocket here. Let me go ahead and, let's pull this down a little bit lower. So from this impulse, right, from this impulse here to the, depending, right, to this high right here, you have a golden pocket, and more specifically the 786 down here sitting at about 38.9, right? Either way, these two naked points of control are definitely going to be levels to look at, right? Or to pay attention to. So mark that out, and then we will go ahead and mark this one out, right? So 39.473 and 38.760. If we do wind up getting a move to the downside here, guys, and let's say price bing bong comes back down, you have the golden pocket, which, again, like, why you can't extend these lines is beyond me. I'm sure it's user error, if I had to be honest with you guys. But I'll try to extend these lines as best as I can. So this is the golden pocket. And then your 786 is right down here, right? So if price does continue to come down, you have your golden pocket, right? And if you lose your golden pocket, you have your naked point of control, and then your naked point of control 786 confluence down here. So if we do continue down, these are going to be like two major areas I'm looking at for potential bounces and potential higher lows to be put in before continuing back to the upside to potentially finally break these highs and come up to that 48 to 50K level. So these are kind of the major scenarios and major levels I'm looking at. Again, these NPOCs, like, you could pull the fib, the fib is easy to find. Just pull it from the impulse to the high. But these MPOCs, again, 39.473 and 38.760. So there you go. That is, those are the next key levels to the downside I will be looking at least locally, right? So there you go. Let's get rid of those lines. Bada boom, bada bing. Also, another naked point of control bonus level here, 36.5, right? So another level to look at, if we come to that 37.4 level and we start losing it, you may come down here and bounce off the 36.582 level. So all three of these naked points of control are definitely levels you want to have marked out on your chart, and you want to be looking at them for potential. These are high likelihood reaction levels, right? So even if you're not going to get a huge bounce off of these levels, there is a high likelihood for at least scalp positions, right? Little scalp trades, shorter term positions. That looks a little dirty. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on, guys. That's basically what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. So remember, with the key, again, mixed signals, right? Blood diamond on the 16-hour, 4-hour money flow crossing over into the red, 8-hour blood diamond, money flow looking to cross over into the red. This all looks like it would be calling for more downside to me. But again, that 46K MPOC and the fact that we're so close to that target between 48 to 50K may be able to indicate that we have that we are going to get a move up there. So just sitting on my hands, right? Like, this is why I position myself the way I do, because when we get into situations like this where really my gut wants to look at this and say, my gut wants to look at this chart and look at Market Cipher and say downside is likely. But again, in such a bullish market, especially with that VWAP on the daily rolling back up, you have to be careful for these last little pushes to the upside before the final bigger correction. But I do think either way, guys, I do think that we are, likely going to see some kind of a correction to come in, if not at this level. Once we get that push up to 48 to 50K, we got to get some kind of a pullback here to come in at some point, right? Like, we've already gotten a big move up, little cool off, big move up, cool off, big move up, cool off, big move up. No significant cool off yet on this big stretch, big leg up. So, again, even if we do push up, like, a big correction is going to come in here at some point. It has to, right? So there you go. Let's see. Shout out to Creighton C, says getting a move right now. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Getting a push to the downside, potentially. But let's see. Counting it as 3 fibs pulled. Salute. Shout out to Crypto Crabman. I don't know exactly what you mean by cheers. I don't know what you guys do when I pull fibs, but there you go. I think that was at least 3, maybe 4 fibs. I don't know. Shout out to Crypto Crabman. But let's go ahead and continue on. Can you check out front? Pretty please. Shout out to Ava. Yes, we're going to start taking a look at the altcoins now. If you guys want to go ahead and spam your favorite altcoins, Rob the Crypto Snob will go ahead and count up the votes and let us know what altcoins we're looking at. And to start off here, guys, I have like a sneeze halfway in my nose right now. It went away. Most unsatisfying feeling ever. Yeah, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. 550 likes is going to be getting you guys 2 free Frankie Candles hats. And maybe we'll do something else. Maybe we'll do something else on top of that. Maybe we'll do 2 Frankie. 550 likes will get us 2 Frankie Candles hats. And maybe some free XRP. But let's see. Okay. So go ahead and spam those altcoins, guys. We're going to go ahead and start off early with Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. And I just want to take a sip of the dang Aztecian cactus moss water without spilling it everywhere. And I'm going to charge up the Andromeda-derived alien scam water here. You guys can't see it, but it is. We're about to dump those alien eggs in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Taking a look at Ethereum. Guys, what were we looking at? Real quick, let me pull up Bitcoin real quick before we come back to ETH, because I want to point something out. And a lot of people, I see a lot of people, I sound like I'm doing an impression of somebody very specific. A lot of people, and I'm telling you, everybody, a lot of people. Anyway, I do a horrible impression, but if you guys remember, let me actually pull this up. Let me hide some of these levels. I'll just pull it up right here. You guys know we were looking at some very specific levels on Bitcoin for a potential retracement and a rejection, right? Where were we looking for the rejection? And I'm not going to lie, there were a couple of people that were talking trash when I was looking for that reversal to the downside here. But simply put, guys, there was a very specific reason we were looking for a rejection here. Now, number one, let me go ahead and pull this real quick. Pull it correctly. There we go, right? So right here we have take notes. If you're here to learn, guys, grab your uncooked spaghetti and your marinade, or your red sauce for those non-Italians. Dip your uncooked spaghetti in that marinade and write down your notes on your uncooked lasagna here. If you're not Italian, you're not going to get those jokes. But very specific level we were looking at here. And this level was between 43.2 and 42.9, about 43K, right? We had our local golden pocket pulled from the high all the way to the low wick here. Right? we knew that once we put in the bullish divergences down here, and this is just to teach, right? This is already happened, but this is just to teach you guys, to help you when you get your next trade setup, right? We came down to a local golden pocket here, right? I'm not going to find the level right now, but we came down to a local golden pocket, and we wound up putting in bullish divergences, right? With money flow coming up. You can see here, even on the 15-minute, higher lows on your momentum waves, lower lows on your price action, right? And a push to the upside, right? With your money flow coming up. And that's why we were looking for a corrective move to the upside, or a retracement to the upside. But where are you looking for the rejections on a retracement? Simply put, you're looking at your golden pocket 786 retracement. And all week, we've been looking at these two zones between the value area high, POC, 786 POC value area high is our second level here. The first level was the golden pocket value area low complements. And what happened? We simply came up, pumped into the golden pocket where we knew it was a high likelihood of a rejection, and what happened? We got the rejection to the downside, right? And it doesn't mean that we can't, continue up, right? Like just because we rejected the golden pocket doesn't mean we can't come back up and shoot for that 786. But I'm just saying, once you figure out where the high likelihood rejection areas are, or the high probability reaction areas are, it's simply a game of having the level set on your chart and reacting when you get there, right? Like, even for scalp positions, like all you need to know is where the key levels are, and you just need some kind of a reaction. You don't need the coin to be bullish or bearish. You need the volatility. You need it to go up or down. All you need is the movement. It doesn't matter what direction. And honestly, if you're trading with leverage, which I don't recommend to any beginners, but if you know what you're doing and you're using leverage as a tool and not a gambling outlet, you don't even need that big of a move, right? And like I said, like golden pockets, 786s, naked points of controls, some of the strongest levels you can look at for some kind of a reaction. And especially if you're a scalper, like let's pull from the low, from this impulse to the high, right? And now this is the golden pocket we came down to. Just like this golden pocket is a high reaction level to the upside, this was a high reaction level to the downside. And if you get bullish confirmations at this level, which you did right here, I know you can't see. This is a big wick, right? But if you look at the body of the candle, let me come up to a higher time frame, right? 2 hour. Let's come to the 2 hour. Right? You put your lower lows on your price action, right? Lower lows on the bodies of your price action, right? Into your key level of support. Well, actually, just in general, like you're just making like general lower lows here, right? Like other than lower lows on your price action, higher lows on your momentum waves, money flow starts to come back up, and you get the bounce, right? And then you're looking for where price is likely to reject. Now, again, we could continue up here, but this would be a decent take profit because we know if we retrace into the golden pocket, there's a chance that you can reject here, which is exactly what happened. And this is what people were calling me crazy for. They're like, why are you looking for shorts, bro? We're bullish. And I'm like, dude, I'm not looking to take it to zero. I'm just looking for a little reaction, right? So imagine if you were able to see these signals for a nice 8% move. That's a significant move, right? And then even down here, if you're able to short this thing down 5%, you just need to know where these reactions are likely to happen, and you could capitalize on these moves, especially if you're using leverage. So I just want to be clear, like, nothing really happened. Like, we're just right on track, right? And this kind of makes me think, oh no, me too. First time riding the COQ. Dang, you guys riding the COQ too? Shout out to you guys. Like I said, I don't really like to give too much insight into my meme coin plays or my my low cap plays. But I'll just say I'm familiar. I'm familiar with that. I'm familiar with the COQ, guys. I'm down with the I'm down with the COQ. We have a family friendly we got a family friendly show here. Shout out to Bitcoin Chicken, but I am down with the COQ. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, right? Like we expected this retracement and we expected this rejection, right? And it has everything to do with the golden pockets and just having confluence, right? The value area low golden pocket. It has everything to do with just knowing where to find these key levels and then having the confidence to trust your TA and your confirmations to take the trade when they present themselves, right? But yeah, just basically right according to plan, although nothing really exciting has happened this week, right? We ranged, got the dump down. This was like the only exciting thing that happened, and this happened on Sunday night. So yeah, excitement Sunday night, and then we got a little bit of a bounce here. But other than that, like just exactly what we would be expecting to happen here. But let's go ahead and jump on into Ethereum. And I mean, same exact thing. Just like we were looking at that reaction to the downside off that local golden pocket on Bitcoin, we were looking at the exact same thing on Ethereum, guys. And again, we give this all away for free on the live stream every single weekday right here, right? 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if We were looking at that value area low golden pocket on Bitcoin. This was the equivalent level on Ethereum. And then we got the ride up. And where do we get the reaction from? Right from that golden pocket, push right back to the downside. And where do we get the bounce? Right at our purple box right here, giving us a level of support, right? So just I like to hammer that home, because if you guys are paying attention on how we find these levels and you know what confirmations to look for, they don't even have to be the confirmations I look for. They could just be your own confirmations, right? Excuse me. And knowing where these high likelihood areas are to get a reaction at is gonna wind up making you a lot of money, right? So if you know what you're doing and you know how to manage your risk and you have the discipline to take your profits when you're in the green, right? You could be able to find all these levels, know the perfect confirmations, and then you could totally mess up everything else and not make any money, right? If you're not disciplined, if you're trying to hold on for life-changing gains overnight on a $100 leverage trade, you're gonna lose money, right? If you're trying to get rich overnight, you're gonna lose money, I promise you. But confirmation. Dave Digital, somebody kick Dave out of the stream. Dave, get out of here. I'm just kidding, Dave. Please don't leave us. We love you so much. I don't know who's going to make me laugh if you leave, Dave. Shout out to Dave Digital. You're funny, bro. Literally, this guy has me and Mrs. Candles cracking up after the stream sometimes. And Creighton C, you guys know who you are. You guys are the best. But let's go ahead and continue on. Yeah, you guys are funny. But anyway, on Ethereum, right, we caught some support here on the top of this purple box. And here's the thing, right, like same exact thing we've been looking at on Ethereum. It all remains the same, right? Key level is going to be this high volume node at 2146, right? If we lose 2146, like this is the level you don't want to lose. And to be honest, like this is a pretty healthy pullback, right? Because if you wind up pulling your fib from the high to the low, look what we're bouncing off of, right? We're just simply bouncing off the golden pocket. So really the key levels here are remaining exactly the same, guys. 2146. If you lose 2146 and you can't get back above, that is where you're likely to see a bigger move down. Next key level of support for Ethereum, if we lose that 2146 level, in my opinion, let's pull up the daily real quick, is really going to be, yeah, I mean, this is going to be confluent with this. Yeah, I would, if you lose this 2146 level, which is in perfect line with a golden pocket, 786 at $2,077 is going to be the next level to look at. And then I would also, yeah, this is 2000, yeah. And then this 78, yeah. Between $2,100 and $2,000. Other than that, this previous value area high is going to be your next key level. So you do have a fib pull. You have some fib levels between the 2146 and the 1930 level. But if you don't respect any of these fibs, right, if you break down below this level and you just rip through these fibs, next real key level of support is going to be down here at 1930. And then in the same manner, just like Bitcoin may be looking, again, those mixed signals, if we do wind up getting a move up on Bitcoin and it breaks those previous highs that we made and goes for that 46K MPOC, I will be looking for a move up on ETH to that 2522 level, which is our next key level of resistance. And this has essentially been the same exact thing, on Ethereum since we've entered this kind of, area of consolidation. So that's what I'm looking at on ETH. Daily VWAP looking very similar to Bitcoin. Slight rejection here. But once that crosses over into the green, it gives you a green dot. That's when you'll likely get a move up. So next green dot on the daily, and here's the thing, guys. Just like on Bitcoin, right? Just like on Bitcoin, when we were looking at that 2-day, right, to try to predict the green dot move to the upside and then the bearish divergence, right? Just like we were trying to predict the higher high to come on the price action after this green dot on the 2-day, and then the lower high on the momentum wave to give us that bearish divergence, and that's how we were able to look for a short on Bitcoin. On Ethereum, something very similar may be setting up here, but on the daily time frame, right? Maybe you get the green dot on the daily, price shoots up to your next level, puts in a higher high at 2,500, and then your momentum wave on the daily gives you a bearish divergence, and then you could look for a short here, and that's your next short opportunity. I'll just leave that there. I'm just going to leave that there. But there you go. That's what we're looking at on Ethereum, guys. Let's see. Pokemon Jack said, so what you're saying is sell everything now and buy back cheaper. Pokemon Jack, that sounds like a really good idea at face value. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I have to look at this really quickly. Let's check it out on Trader Joe. Is this thing moving? No. Okay. Hang on, guys. Bear with me, guys. I'm just I don't know what you guys are talking about with this COQ thing. I'm really not 100% sure what you guys are talking about. But let me just check something really quickly here. Okay. Okay. Anyway, love the COQ. Where'd you guys hear about COQ? Where did you guys hear about this? Is COQ big? Yo. Guys, we're calling it chicken from now on. I can't refer to COQ as COQ. I've got to call it chicken. Oh, God. Let's go. Okay. So let's continue. Let's continue on. Pokemon Jack and Tony D talking about Pokemon. Let's go. Is COQ big? Oh, God. This is a family-friendly show. Shout out to Tyler Durden. I know. I'm trying to save it. Okay, so let's continue on, guys. Selling now and buying back cheaper seems like a great idea. But let me just preface this, guys. Most people who try to do this wind up selling and then buying back higher, right? Because they try to sell the top. This seems very good in theory, right? It's like, okay, if we know we're going to get a pullback here, even if we knew 100% there was a bearish divergence on the 2-year, and we're going to get a big correction, let's sell it here and buy back cheaper. Well, actually, that would work a lot better in the long run, right? But for short term, right, for me, all of the coins that I bought right now, a lot of the coins that I am up a lot on right now that I've accumulated at the bottom of the bear market, I'm not taking a lot of profits on these, guys. These are accumulations at the bottom of the bear market that I was looking to accumulate for the 2025 bull run. Thank you, Rob the Crypto Snob. I appreciate you, bro. You got the altcoins for tonight. But we are those coins I'm holding till 2025, right? So like there's very few that I'm going to wind up taking profit on right now. So keep that in mind. It seems very, very it seems very, very enticing to we pumped up here, let's sell it here and then buy the dip. And this is obviously how trading works, right? And this is a very, very profitable strategy, but for advanced traders, right? This is most people, what most normal people do is, if they buy low, they will wind up selling high, right? And that's half the battle, right? You sold high, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to buy the dip, right? And then they get a little bit of a dip, and then they pump again, and they're like, oh, I got to wait for the bigger dip. And then the bigger dip never comes. And then you wind up selling here. You were scared to buy the dip, and then you wind up buying up here. And then not only did you not make money, you ate up your gains, right? So this is what most people wind up doing. It seems very simple and easy, but understand this is a simple concept that is very difficult to execute, right? It's much easier said than done. So all my holdings that I've accumulated in the bear market or the low of the bear market, I'm holding those till 2025. I am not trying to sell my Doge bag and buy back lower. I'm holding that till 2025. I day trade, so I buy low, sell high with those trades, right? My long-term portfolio is a no brain power portfolio. It's buy and hold till 2025. If I bought Dogecoin today and it dumped, I don't care, right? I'm just buying more lower. It's a dollar cost average, right? And then when Doge winds up ripping in the actual bull market, that's when I'd be looking to take profits. So, but there you go. Shout out to Pokemon Jack. I don't think you were actually looking. I think you were joking with what you said, but I wanted to cover that for anybody who. It does seem like a very enticing thing to do, but it's not as easy as it seems, right? It's not, again, most people would be like, oh, God, I sold here. I'm going to wait for it to dump. I think there's support down here. If you never reach that support again, you're going to wind up buying back higher. So just be very, very careful with that. But anyway, let's continue on. We took a look at Ethereum. Let's go ahead and jump into these altcoins. Let's take a look at INJ. God, INJ, man. This thing is just unstoppable, baby. INJ, unstoppable. They should call it UNS for unstoppable. Let's see. COQ will 100% have a pullback, and COQ is good COQ. It will also go sideways for a long time. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's see. Yeah, Bad said yes, just pumping. Yeah, absolutely, man. But let's take a look here. Daily bearish divergence, getting very close to getting invalidated here. But, what we can do here, let's see. Okay. VWAP coming to the downside, right? Look at that VWAP. Looking to print a red dot here very, very soon. I will be looking for that bear div, right? That, if it does print, I'm not going to be like shorting the house, right? I'm not like going to take a loan out to short this thing because, shorts have proven to be not as effective as the longs on this thing, right? Actually, no. I mean, they could be pretty effective. But anyway, yeah, potential bear div looking to print on the daily. That could be a sign of weakness for a little bit of a pullback. You have actually had quite a bit of pretty savage green candles here. Looking at the 16-hour, red dot confirmed. Money flow continuing to the downside. 12-hour money flow coming out. Red dot confirmed. Take a look at that 4-hour. Local bearish divergence confirmed here printing on the 4-hour. You have a confirmed bear div here, higher highs, lower highs, and now you have another one printing right here with the fresh red dot. Could bring you down just a little bit more. So let's go ahead and pull those local levels. You do have a golden pocket 786 retracement level sitting right here between 2810 and 2607. So this could be an area of support to look at, but if that daily red dot prints, I do think there's probably going to be a somewhat of a chance for you to get through that level. And if that was the case, I would simply pull this fib and look at the next golden pocket right here. And then your 786, sitting right about here. Bada boom, bada bing. So there you go. These are essentially what I would look at. Shout out to Tony D, super chat. Why am I afraid to read this one? He says, I don't know why this seemed threatening. He said, this community is the best, like the opposite of a weird chat. This community is the best. Frank talks about you guys a lot. He's obsessed. Shout out to Tony D. I don't know if that was in response to something, but shout out to Tony D. He's not lying. He is not lying. Shout out to, oh my God, I can't even read that name, but shout out to you, bro. Somebody says, what's the TA on BTC, bearish or bullish? Today it is choppy waters, or I should say murky waters, confusing signals. It's very neutral right now. It's either going to break to the upside or downside, but it's very hard. There's mixed signals on both sides. So I'm sitting on my hands and waiting for key levels to get hit. I'm just holding the trades that I'm in because they're all in profit with profits locked in, stop losses at entry. So there you go. Just rewind a little bit. We did all at BTC TA. I'll give you a quick little rundown of it. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to Ibra says, thank you, bro. Was looking for you to talk about INJ. So, yeah, this is what I would look for if you get that pullback off these somewhat bearish signals on the higher time frames. Daily red dot. Take a look at the 2-day. 2-day bear div looking to print similar to Bitcoin. Are we hitting a key level of resistance? Kind of hard to say here. I believe this is all-time highs for INJ. Is it? Let's check it. We did that yesterday, and someone corrected us and said that. I forgot what we were looking at, but it was not at all-time highs, whatever we thought it was. Let's see. I believe this is all-time highs. Let's see. Bob versus Bunk. Godfather. The Godfather says T-Fuel. Interesting. We could try to check T-Fuel. Shout out to Godfather. But yeah, I believe this is. Let me pull some fibs here real quick. Let's pull a fib from this high all the way to the low here. Bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. So, yeah, not really hitting that key of a level just yet. Let's see. Yeah, not. Let's see. 3 dies of bearish divergent, evening star pattern and loss of 50 moving hours on the 4-hour. But yeah, we're not really coming up to 2 key of a level as of right now. But I will say, just based off this 2-day bear div, right? Let me go ahead and get rid of this fib. Higher highs on your price action. Lower highs on the momentum waves, right? Like, what did this do on Bitcoin? Very similar to Bitcoin. Like, this is showing us a macro sign of a macro sign of weakness, right? So a pullback is going to be likely if we get that 2-day bear div, right? And then again, 4-hour confirmed bear div, another drive of bearish divergence printing here, probably going to pull you back as well. So I would watch out for a cool off here on INJ, especially after seeing that 2-day bear div, right? And even your 3-day VWAP is starting to roll over. So I'd be careful with this. For a push to the downside. Local support levels, number one, between $28 and $26. Golden pocket, next golden pocket sitting between $24.67 24.62 and 23.95. All right, let's continue on here. Let's start a conversation about the VWAP around our naked POC. Shout out to Mark Dutch. All right, let's continue on here. Mrs. Candles just firing up the heat midstream. Just firing up the heat midstream. She's just trying to take me out, guys. Just trying to take me out. Crypto Cowpoke in the chat. What is going on, bro? But let's go ahead and continue on, guys. Those are the local and macro levels of support, as well as what I am going to be expecting here coming out of INJ. And shout out to ZC. I appreciate that super chat, bro. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any other super chats before we move on to the next altcoin, which is going to be Cardano. But shout out to ZC. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said Snake has an energy drink, or Snack has a, I'm a snack. Snack has an energy drink, and George from Cryptos R Us drank one live. Can you peep the Snack chart and market cap? I'm sure we can get you a Snack energy drink if you wanted to try it out. Shout out to ZC Productions. We could try a Snack energy drink. I would do it. Shout out to George from Cryptos R Us. And then shout out to Crunk. Says Gala Music. At Gala Music released last week. Interesting. I've seen so many ads about Gala Music. Gala, a project I am bullish on. Not like the next 100x, low cap gem, but I am bullish on Gala and what they're doing over there with that project. They are building, and it is looking pretty promising. Shout out to Time. Time says, Frankie, how do you do? Blast off. Shout out to Time. I don't know if he's asking to, it's just saying blast off, like let's go to the moon. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to Time. But let's see. We could try to let's take a look at Snack right now. But that's what I'm looking at on INJ, guys. You guys can screenshot those levels if you need. But let's go ahead and check out Snack. I'm a snack. Anyway, I can't say that word without thinking snack. But yeah, approaching our previous highs here. I don't know when I don't think this thing came out too recently. Yeah, so we're approaching previous highs here. Green dot printing on the daily, not looking too bad. Could be some more upside here. I'm not going to lie. But let's go ahead and pull a fib here real quick. Bada boom. I guess we could. It's not going to make much of a difference. We'll pull it to here. Next target for Snack. Now, I'm not saying this thing is going to pump to this level, but I'm just saying if we continue up, I would look for a reaction off of this fib level at about 0.0024234. That's what I'd be looking at. Next fib level, sitting right up there. Other than that, fresh green dot on the daily. This thing looks like it may want to continue to pump. 12-hour, kind of indecisive there. 2-day looking for a red dot. 3-day looking for a red dot. Yeah. So if you continue to pump here, let's take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, 4-hour red dot. I don't know if you're going to get it, but if you did continue to pump, that's your next level here, right? I'll mark it out with a line so you guys can copy it. But bearish divergence printing on the 4-hour. Money flow coming out higher. And now remember, guys, this is a meme coin. Like, sometimes they don't respect the TA, right? Like this thing, like someone tweets about it, something stupid, like, weekend pump maybe. So like take the TA on the meme coins with a grain of salt because oftentimes they don't respect it. Money flow kind of flat here, generally trending to the downside. So on a technical level, you would really be looking for downside on Snack right now, right? Looking for a push down. But again, likely, not going to really follow too much of the TA here. Bearish divergence on the 10-hour, and then like your daily green dot, kind of mixed here. But I would look for local pullback, right, based off the lower time frames. But based off the daily green dot, maybe you pull back a little bit and then shoot for that next fib level at 0.0024265. So there you go, a little quick and dirty on Snack. And then let's go ahead and take a look at ADA or Cardanzo, as our friend James Kramer or Jimothy Kramer likes to say. Shout out to Elionic, said don't forget T-Fuel. What's T-Fuel? I'm just kidding. I'm just killing, Elliot. I'm just killing. I'm not killing. I'm kidding. Kidding, Elionics. Shout out to you, bro. We'll check out T-Fuel real quick. Altcoins are dumping. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie, guys. If I had an emotional tie to a move down or a move up on anything ever, I'm always more emotional for a move down. Like I'm just always praying things dump, because it just gives you more opportunity, right? Like you need things to dump so you can buy them and get the opportunity to make the move to the upside, right? But that doesn't mean that I just enter shorts all the time because I want price to go down. Like I'm always hoping for a move down, but if the chart isn't saying it's going down, I'm not just gonna like cross my fingers and hope it dumps, right? If it looks like it's going up, we're going to long it. But let's go ahead and continue on. You could see these patterns on small time frames often. Shout out to Bad Axe. I'm not 100% sure what patterns you're talking about, but I bet you're right. Let's see. Boom says if Bitcoin's going to go down, guys, you would expect the altcoins to follow for the most part, right? If we were looking at let's just, I could show the BTC dominance and stuff, but I'll just do this and draw it out, right? If Bitcoin is pumping, oftentimes you will see altcoins, right? This is BTC, right? And then these are alts, right? So oftentimes when BTC pumps, alts will also pump. But if they're not pumping, right, they're just kind of flat while BTC pumps. But the alts typically get their biggest, right? Like alt season typically happens when Bitcoin is consolidating, right? So Bitcoin gets a big move up and then some alts will follow, a lot of alts will follow, right? Or they'll just kind of hover. And then once Bitcoin starts consolidating and going sideways, that's where you start to see the altcoins start to fly. Right now, obviously there's exceptions to every rule here. But for the most part, in general, when Bitcoin consolidates is when you start to see the altcoins go crazy, right? So if Bitcoin starts to consolidate or move down a little bit, you'll see some of the altcoins will follow. A lot of, most of the market will follow, other than, the very few outliers. So there you go, right? So yeah, Bitcoin gets a big dump, a lot of the alts will follow. But if Bitcoin just gets a small pullback, the alts might kind of hover. Maybe some of them will pull back a little bit. But I mean, let's not kid ourselves. This is hang on. This is the market cap. This is not what we want to look at. But yeah, most altcoins are going to follow Bitcoin. So just keep that in mind, right? That's why I always tell people, if you're learning how to trade, please stick to Bitcoin at first, right? Because oftentimes you'll be like, oh my God, this looks super bearish. And then Bitcoin rips and then you get wrecked on your trade. Let's see. Shout out to Dave Digital. Says, Frankie, are you just lazy by not TPing your trades on a pullback or pumps and getting back in higher or lower? Is holding your trade the most efficient? Shout out to Dave. It depends, right? It's situational. Like my swing long, right? Like the swing long that I'm in, I'm pointing at Cardano like it's Bitcoin. But yeah, like my swing long that I'm entered in down here, like I'm in that trade, right? And I've TP'd on the way up, right? So let me pull that trade back up real quick. So yeah, this trade, right? I've TP'd a few times on this, right? So 3,100, 3,150 locked in. So I've TP'd multiple times along the way up, right? So at this point, this is like a moon bag, right? So if I wanted to lock in this extra 1,000, I could right now close it and then just go find a new long entry. But for me, I'm just letting this run, right? I got $50 left in this trade. This is a moon bag. If this thing absolutely rips, then I'm going to make money. If it absolutely dumps, sure, I probably could take a little bit more profit off this, but I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. I know a lot of people, there's probably some people that are looking at this being like, oh my God, why is this guy not, like, there's a free almost $1,000 sitting here. Why is he not taking that money, right? And this has to do with, like, everybody's in a different situation, right? Like, to some people, like, a lot of people would probably like to take that money and, like, pay rent or something, right? But for me, like, I'm willing to risk this. I'm just holding this. I've already TP'd. If we wind up coming back down here and I wind up stopping out at break even, which I don't have a stop loss on, but again, we'd have to have some kind of mega nuke to come in here. Chances are I'm going to know that we're on our way down before we get back to my entry, that I'll be able to cut the trade in profit. But yeah, I've TP'd like 3 times on this. So again, just moon bag, right? If this thing rips up to 50K, I'm holding this. Also, so Dave, no, definitely not laziness. I'll be honest, like, one reason why I'm, like, not willing to add to this position is because, again, like, this is 26.8. Like, if we never get back down to 26.8, which I'm not saying that we won't, but I'm just saying, like, if we don't, it'd be cool to hold that long forever. And I'm willing to risk $940 for it, right? Just for the story. So there you go. So no, I have TP'd multiple times here, just holding the moon bag. And then this short, again, like I've already TP'd on this short. It's a moon bag at this point, right? And then my stop loss is at break even, right? So I get stopped out at break even. No big deal. We make some money. And then same thing with this. Most of my profits locked in. So these are all basically moon bags, right? So I get wrecked on all these trades. I'm winning all the trades, right? So I get stopped out on every single one of these trades, Dave. We're making money on every single one, right? So that's why I'm still holding these. But there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. I don't know if that's exactly what you were asking. No, so I guess the answer is I am TPing, right? All TP'd. These are all like mostly profits locked in. So I think that answers your question. But shout out to Dave Digital. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, taking a look at Cardano. Shout out to Dave. He said, yep, good answer. Shout out to Dave. Let's go. All right, let's take a look here. So, okay, I guess this is what we were looking at on Cardano most recently, right? So red dot printing on the 2-day. That's probably more of a bearish sign, right? But again, not expecting these to go to zero, right? Like just looking for small pullbacks. And I'll be honest, like even Cardano, right? Like also looking like it may want to pull in Ethereum here. All right, let me get rid of some of this stuff. Why'd I say that like that? Some of this stuff. Anyway, yeah, money flow coming out here on the 4-hour VWAP. Yeah, honestly, this thing looks like it might want to get a little bit of a bounce. This is what I'd be careful with on Cardano, right? Even if you continue to pull back here, very similar to Ethereum. Like, are we going to get maybe a little more of a pullback and then a push up to our next key level to put in a higher high and then put in a bearish divergence on these higher time frames, such as the daily, right? This is kind of what I'd be looking at, right? So next key target to the upside on Cardano is going to be trying to get rid of some of this stuff. Okay. Next key target to the upside is going to be this naked point of control at 78 cents, right? But we are rejecting this golden pocket pretty aggressively here. But this does look like, yeah, I mean, rejected from the value area high, coming down. I would look at this as a blue box of support between the POC and the value area low. I would be treating this like a value area, right? It's like not been respected as a range, but if you come down to the POC value area low, going to be a likely place to get a bounce, especially if we have some confluence with our golden pocket 786. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe, yeah, I would be watching this blue box. Also 786 sitting down here at about 54 cents. I would look at this as a level of support to potentially get a bounce off of. But to be quite honest with you guys, getting rid of all this, money flow coming out on the 4-hour, 10-hour money flow coming out, daily, not looking as bearish with the money flow. I mean, yeah, higher time frame money flows are looking good, right? High time frames are saying, hey, this may just be the start of a big rally for Cardano. But VWAPs, red dot looking to print on the 4-day, 3-day, 2-day red dot printing. So not impossible to pull back here a little bit. But yeah, yeah, locally, it looks like you might want to pull back a little bit more. So that's what I'd look for. You know, I don't think that you're going to get a move all the way back down into the 40s. But if you did, this level right here, being the previous value area high at 40 cents, is going to be a big level to watch. So keep an eye on that. Other than that, I mean, this thing has been just basically straight up in a line, or up in a straight line, I should say. So, yeah, I would be careful of a pullback here. Even your weekly VWAP looking similar to Bitcoin. So, you know, this thing's going to pull back at some point, looking like it may be showing signs of weakness. I would just be careful of a secondary push up to this naked point of control at 78 cents. But if not, obviously 786 is in confluence with that naked point of control as well. So we've already gotten a push up to the golden pocket. Are we going to get that secondary push to the 786 potentially? And then if we did, that would be a higher probability short setup in my personal opinion. So there you go. All right, let's see. Do you think the hype from the ETF is done? Shout out to Boom Select. That's a great question. Here's the thing with the ETF. I think the ETF is a longer-term bullish, gives long-term bullish sentiment, right? Like, obviously, these, yeah, I mean, you know, all it takes is one news story, right? A delay, right? If we get a delay, these things are going to nuke, right? Likewise, if this thing gets approved tomorrow or in January, things may just skyrocket. But another thing I would be very, very careful with, guys, is the approval of this, I always want to say BTF coin. Like when I say Bitcoin ETF, I always go BTF coin. It's very strange. It's like a tongue twister. But with the Bitcoin ETF, guys, you got to be careful of a sell the news or it could be a buy the rumor, sell the news event, right? Like where this is all hyped up, right? Like think about this. Like look at Bitcoin, right? Like the ETF is basically created this entire pump to the upside. Now imagine we get up to that 48 to 50K area, right? And then all of a sudden it's like not getting approved in January. It's not getting approved till next, late next year, Q4 next year, Q3 next year. That could cause a huge correction, right? And then at that point, it would be a buy the rumor, right? Buy, and then sell the news, right? So you got to be careful of that. Now, is the hype gone? I think, it does teeter off as time goes on, right? Like, only so many people can FOMO in, right? Until it's like, okay, like what happened? We're not going to $1 million. And a lot of the retail is probably like, what? I didn't get rich overnight. I'm out. I'm pulling my money out, right? And then you start to see the dump. But yeah, I would be careful to buy the news, buy the rumor, sell the news event for the ETF. But yeah, I mean, it could be losing hype. But again, like I would be careful of the news, right? Because again, like all it's going to take, it's like, it's so funny, man. Like everybody's super bullish until like one little like, we'll be watching a target to the upside saying, hey, guys, probably going to be a pretty big nuke at this level potentially, right? And then price gets up there, and then everybody's like, oh, my God, the ETF got delayed. We're going to zero. And I'm like, we were just looking at the golden pocket. But, show me the charts. I'll tell you the news every single time. Every single time. I'll argue that until I'm blue in the face. Now, I'm not saying that the news doesn't affect the price, right? But all I'm saying is, I don't know. Show me the news. I'll tell you. Show me the news. Show me the charts. I'll tell you the news every single time. Every single time. Not 9 out of 10 times. 10 out of 10, 100%, a million out of a million times. Show me the charts. I'll tell you the news every single time. But anyway, again, I'm not saying news doesn't move the charts. I'm not one of those people. But but for real, like every time there's a big news event, right? We've always been in position based off of a technical factor that happened before the news came out, right? So just remember that. I forget what this. What did we dump here for? I forget. But we were short from the top up here, right? And then we got this big nuke, and everyone's like, oh my God, you see the news? It's dumping. And I'm like, good. I was in a short from all the way back here from a technical factor, right? So show me the charts, and then eventually the news will follow, right? They just need to come up with the same thing with XRP, right? Like let me break this down really quick because this is kind of a great example, right? XRP. Show me the charts. I'll tell you the news, right? Why was I looking? Well, we saw this big pump to the upside on XRP, and I shorted it. Why did I short it? Simply because it was a liquidity grab, right? On all technical factors, I had no idea about the news happening on this giant XRP candle, right? Simply trading the charts. And then after I was completely locked in profits and I was done trading it, and as you guys know, that trade has literally been sitting in the same state for quite some time. It's right here. I made the $950 about in like 15 minutes. Once I locked in that profit, I went on my live stream and everyone was like saying, everyone was talking about this scam pump to the upside, and it was all based off fake news. I forget exactly what it is, but like there was some kind of fake news on XRP, I think. And I'm like, yeah, like, it was manipulation, right? And then that news story just happened to come out, right? How was I able to trade this perfectly without paying attention to the news, right? It's because all the information you need is on the charts. Like, I don't even pay attention to the news. Like, I would have made money even if I never found out what moved that candle. I would have still made money. I don't care about the news ever. Maybe for super, super long fundamental analysis, sure, I care about the news, right? Like, the fact that a Bitcoin ETF could get approved at some point soon is very bullish for Bitcoin, right? But I care zero about that when I'm trading. When I'm day trading, I don't care at all about the news. At all. I trade the charts. I'm a technical trader. Doesn't mean that people who trade the news don't make money or they're not successful at all. Just what works for me. And people will tell you charts don't work. And it's like, well, whether I'm lucky and I've been making money this whole time, like out of luck, I'm just going to keep doing this because I'm making money. I don't care what people think or say, right? Like, it reminds me of Crypto Face. People always make fun of the spider line, saying that they're random lines on the chart. And I'll never forget, Crypto Face said this one time, the actual GOAT, guys, saying like, even if they were random lines, I make money off of these all the time. So I'm just going to keep trading these random lines. You could do whatever you want, but these make me money. So I'm just going to keep doing this, even if they are fugazi, right? So there you go. Anyway, let's continue on here. Let's see. Did Frankie smell his own hand? Guys, I haven't seen Mrs. Candles all day. She's not the same. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Okay, so will the ETF be approved? Shout out to Leroy. I have no idea. I think personally, my personal opinion is that I don't see a world where the Bitcoin ETF doesn't get approved. I really do think that the whole narrative, right, like the whole idea of like the elites don't want people knowing. Like crypto is portrayed as this scam, right? And like the news FUDs it when it's convenient, right? The China FUD, right? China bans Bitcoin. China has banned Bitcoin 25 times. And it's always like, oh no, China's banning Bitcoin. And then it dumps and then you get a big pump, right? It's all manipulation in my opinion, right? The markets are manipulated. All markets are manipulated, right? But I really do think that all of the, make crypto's a scam. Don't buy crypto. It's a scam, guys. Like, this is going to be the new standard, guys. And the big boys want to get in. They have been getting in, at least in my opinion, right? And chances are, when everybody was super scared saying that crypto was dead, this is where they're accumulating, right? Chances are they're probably the ones that caused a lot of this stuff, right? In my opinion. I don't want to say too much here. But, I really do think, they don't want the average Joe making a ton of money in crypto. So they love that it's portrayed as a super risky option. But I think years down the road, we're going to look back and be like, this was life. This is the biggest wealth transfer in history. The biggest opportunity financially for life-changing financial opportunity for any human alive right now is likely going to happen over the next few years. And a lot of people, the normies, right? Like all the normal people who, you go to Thanksgiving and everyone's like, oh, you're still into that crypto stuff, huh? Oh, I guess that's probably not going too good, right? It's a scam. And it's like, no, all these people are going to look back and be like, oh God, I should have got in. And it's all the people who are thinking forward and taking the risk right now that are going to wind up being the new 1%. And I do think that is true. But yeah, anyway, that's my 2 cents. I was kind of on a tangent. Let's see. Spider lines, indispensable spider lines. Reads a chart, any size, spider lines. Shout out to Crypto Crab, man. Thank you for the poem. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. All right, so what do we just take a look at? INJ, ADA, ICP is next. Let's check it out. ICP and Aave is next. So, ICP, are we breaking out of the bear market range? Potentially, guys. This is the range that a lot of altcoins have already broken out of. If we can decisively stay above this value area high, let me go ahead and turn on the regular candles. If we wind up being able to hold above this level here, guys, value area high coming in at $6.25. If we remain above this level, I will look to potentially two things I would look for, right? Either get above here, flip the value area high to support, or get a reversal back down to the POC or a local golden pocket to put in a higher low and continue the trend to the upside. And we could compare this to something like Link, right? Where what happened on Link, we don't have the range pulled right now, but we could pull this range, right? Bear market range. What happens? You go from the high to the low, from the high to the low, from the high to the low, from the high to the low. Money, right? If you trade the volume profiles, this is money all day, right? I don't really trade Link, so, I feel like I kind of missed out on all that. But you went from the low to the high, flip the POC to support, and then bing bong, straight to the upside. Big breakout for Chainlink, right? We could look for something similar on ICP, right? So, from the high to the low, from the high to the low, to the POC, deviation from the low, bullish signals, back into the range, flip the value area low to support, right to the POC, right to the value area high, breakout, right? So you may be asking yourself, well, Frankie, every time you deviate from the volume profile, isn't this where you're looking for shorts? The answer is yes, but context is key. Trading is not a binary thing. It is not a 1 or a 0. It is not a buy or a well, it is a buy or a sell, but it's not black or white, right? It's all contextual, right? So in one situation, when you're deviating from the value area high, this is 100% an area to look for a short. But it may not be the area to look for a short if you're getting a fresh 3-day money flow crossover into the green, or a fresh 5-day crossover money flow crossover into the green, right? So it's all like, you may have dumped here, right? You might have come up to the value area high and then dumped here because money flow didn't cross into the green, right? So it's all contextual, right? So in my opinion, fresh money flow crossover on the 3-day makes it a little bit more likely that you're going to break out here than it would be when you approached here or here, right? You weren't getting fresh money flow crossovers. Now, granted, right here you did have a crossover, right? But this was a fake out into the green. This may be the actual crossover into the green that we're looking for. Or we simply just roll back over and, ICP never gets the pump that all the other altcoins got. But in my opinion, this is much more high chance of a breakout based off the money flow crossover, right? So there you go. That's what I would be looking at, right? So locally, let's spawn the levels, on a lower time frame. Shout out to Captain Kirk, Mafia Mama in the chat. What is going on, Cap? But let's go ahead and see here, right? So bearish divergence here on the 3-hour, bearish divergence on the 4-hour. And you might be thinking, oh my God, Frankie, short this thing back into the range. Now, you're actually not half wrong there. Like you're half right, half wrong, right? Or potentially. You might be 100% right or 100% wrong. That's just the game of trading, right? But you do have your bear div here on the 4-hour, which would obviously call for some downside. Money flow kind of flat. But based off the high time frame money flow crossovers, I'm going to be looking for potentially a pullback, again, to flip the value area high to support. If we don't get a bounce there, then we can use the value area as context, right? Saying, hey, if we get below that value area high and we can't get back above, we may shoot for lower prices, more specifically the POC sitting at $4.01 or the value area low sitting at 348. Right now, again, I think it's more likely to get a breakout based off money flow in the higher time frames. But if we come down, right, if this, then that. Trading is an if this, then that statement, not a is it going up or down, long or short. That's not how it works, right? That's how everybody wants it to work. It's how all the beginners want it to work. They just want to say, hey, YouTuber, is it going up or down? And they want me to go up, up, up. And then everyone gets into a long and everyone gets rich. But that's sadly not how it works, right? And I think, one of the very few, actually, no, maybe not. But, I'm just one of the creators that will just say that out loud, right? Other creators will be like, no, you got to watch me. Yeah, I'll tell you if it's going up or down. But anyway, POC. Value area low 346. So that if we get down here, lose the value area low, we could get accepted back into the range. But again, based off money flow on the higher time frames, I think at this moment, it's probably a little bit more likely that price is going to come down and find some support, right? Either at the value area high or maybe a significant Fibonacci level, right? So what I would do is let's pull from the absolute low, which is right here, to the high. See if we have any confluence. And you do. You have a little bit of confluence on your POC, right? So this would be this is a wide zone of support, right? But you could look at your golden pocket POC 786 for some potential support, and then also your value area high. Also, if we pull to a more local impulse, like right here, you do have some, just looking for your fib levels. But in my opinion, I would look for value area high. If you break into the range, I'd look to come down to this golden pocket or POC for a bounce. And then oftentimes, remember, what do we talk about all the time with the breakouts, guys? If you break out of the value area high and you're going to continue up, sometimes you like to come back down, test that POC, and then get the big move to the upside. So that is what I would look for on ICP right now, right? Looking for a pullback, you lose the value area high, looking for more downside. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Next altcoin is going to be AV. You guys love AV, right? I'm just kidding, guys. I know it's Aave. Let me just chug some of this water real quick, guys. Bear with me. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. All right. Let's see. And the bathroom break begins. Yo, shout out to Wick. I think we should make it. I think we'll be able to make it. All right, let's take a look. And then T-Fuel we'll take a quick look at. But obviously, guys, taking a look at Aave. We have not looked at Aave in quite some time. But we've broken out of our value area. And we've gone for our next key level of resistance. And not only that, but we've rejected it. Shout out to anybody who was looking at this chart last time we were looking at Aave, waiting for this key level, looking for a short. Bing bong, you got it, right? So I'm just kidding. I mean, you could have definitely done that. But I don't know when the last time we looked at Aave was. I think it was a long time ago. But with that being said, we've broken out of this value area high, looking for a push up into that golden pocket. We got it. Now we're getting a little bit of a pullback. This was obviously supported by bearish confirmations, such as bearish divergences, right? Higher highs into your key level. Right. Let's come over to a higher time frame, right? No bear div on your 16-hour. Did your daily got it? Daily got it, right? Bada boom. Bada bing, right? I mean, you kind of got a daily bear div here, and then you're getting another drive right here. So and VWAP is coming down, right? So you could continue to cool off here on Aave. But yeah, could be looking to cool off here on Aave. And very similar to what was it? What were we just looking at? ICP could be looking, right? Like, I don't know if we're going to get all the way back down to the POC, but you could look at these local Fibonacci levels to see where your confluence is. And you actually do have a bit of confluence here at your golden pocket and then your 786, right? So these are two levels I would look at if you do pull. And then honestly, pull this as a range, right? Like, you could just trade this as a local volume profile, right? Looking to go from your high to your low, from your high to your low, high, low. So there you go. That's basically what I'd be looking at on Aave. Quick and dirty on Aave. Fresh green dot on the 2-day. I don't know how much I would trust that. It's not confirmed. It confirms in a full day. But if you do continue up, if this 2-day green dot does give you an extra push to the upside, I would simply look for a push to the 786 to maybe potentially complete a bearish divergence on the 2-day. Very similar to what we were looking at on Bitcoin not too long ago. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on Aave, just treating this as a local volume profile. But yeah, I'd be careful as you deviate from your value area high. All right, let's see. Eggnog doesn't discriminate. Shout out to Wick's wife, Fine89. Let's see. Okay. Let's take a look at T-Fuel very, very quickly. Let's see. Take a look at the Binance chart. T-Fuel. What is this? Okay. Bada boom, bada bing. What is this? April 20, March. Okay. All right. So, T-Fuel. What is T-Fuel? What is this? Hang on. Let's see. Should not be mistaken for Theta. Oh, yeah, it's not Theta. We know that. Which is the governance token of blockchain supported by thousands of communities. Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, basically still within its bear market range, right? From a technical level, this is, still just, we flipped the value area low to support, tap the POC. What I would be looking for here, simply put, would be value area low 786. Yeah, I would look for support down here. If we wind up losing that 786, definitely not good news. But I just don't know if you're going to wind up just like absolutely nuking a zero on this thing, right? But weekly red dot looking to. Did that just print this second? Can somebody rewind real quick? Did that literally print as I was speaking right there? That's kind of wild. Well, weekly red dot now printing. I thought it was about to print. But yeah, weekly red dot now printing. Again, I just don't know. Like money flow coming up, I don't know if this is going to nuke you out of the volume profile. Maybe you deviate again, right? But then I would just really look for a push back to the upside, right? So, yeah. That's really what I would look for, right? Like, I don't know how much lower this thing could really go. If it does break the 786, not looking good, in my opinion, right? So, yeah, you do have a bit of consolidation here from all the way back in January of 2021 before the big bull run. So, yeah, like hopefully you can hold these levels, right? If you lose these levels, you're probably going to be looking a little bit lower. But let's check the daily. Yeah, daily money flow. Dang, money flow coming out on the daily. Now, these higher time frames, this money flow looks pretty decent on the higher time frames. So I would just be looking to treat this as a volume profile. We come back down to the value area low, deviate below it. I'd be looking for long positions back to the value area high. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't really have much to say about this. It's just still sitting in the bear. If I were looking to accumulate this long term, I'd be buying this right now. But yeah, nothing. Money flow looks like it's coming out of a bear market, to be honest. Yeah, 2-day money flow, fresh crossover into the green. I'd be looking for, if you do come down, I wouldn't be looking for much more downside before you start coming up to the value area high. And then, just like everything else, you're looking for a breakout of this value area high, more specifically these previous highs right here. Pull up the VPVR, bada boom, you're looking for the low volume, right? And then there's your low volume gap. So you wind up, right, pushing out of your volume profile, flip this level to support, probably going to be a pretty quick move. Not even really up to 30 cents, but more likely, quick move up to about 13 cents. Probably going to get some resistance at 17 cents, 20 cents, and then you're looking up towards 30 cents, right? But pretty low volume gap here all the way up to your next high volume node. So keep an eye on this. There you go. Shout out to Dark Crash. Shout out to Wix White 589 says New Yorkers and their bing bongs. Bing bong. Shout out to you. Shout out to Holiday. Thank you for that super chat, bro. He said 6-day red dot printing on BTC, and I'll actually give you a scarier signal on Bitcoin. And it is actually the 10-day red dot, right? Which was printing. Hold up. What the heck? Okay, why am I syncing? Why am I syncing right now? It must be on the Bitstamp chart. Okay, yeah. Bada boom. Okay, so this was printing like recently, but I guess not. Hikinashi? No. All right, 10-day red dot not printing anymore. But here's the thing, right? 16-hour money flow, right? 16-hour, 12-hour money flow looking to cross over into the red. If that crosses over into the red with a 10-day red dot, could be a pretty bearish sign, right? But that's, yeah, shout out to Holiday, 6-day red dot printing. There we go. Finally. Yeah, as that candle printed, we got 5 days left. Thank you for letting us know that, Holiday. I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, fresh red dot. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens here, guys. Like I said, I would favor, and by favor, I don't mean, you know, look for a move. Yo, shout out to my boy, dude. Anyway, but yeah, the shout out to Mr. Eron Schmeeds if you're watching this, bro. Shout out to you. But anyway, I would favor a move to the downside, and by favor, I don't mean more likely. I just mean I would prefer a move to the downside. But right now, I am approaching like I would say market cipher is looking a little bit more bearish, in my opinion. But again, I'm really just waiting for a break of one of these levels. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. We talked about what I'm expecting many times. All right, let's see. Crunk C says Pepe trending again. Shout out to Crunk C. Pepe trending again on Twitter. Let's go. I mean, guys, the meme coins, especially like, I mean, let's look at Dogecoin real quick, and we're going to get those. Let me get the wheel of pain and pleasure here ready so we can start spinning and start doing the giveaways. But like, look at Dogecoin here, guys. Zoom out. Take a look at the weekly, right? Still, like, I mean, everybody thinks they're buying the top of Dogecoin until it rips up into the next value area, right? And then you're going to be praying you bought it down here. Now, I'm not saying, like, you should buy Dogecoin right now. I'm just saying that, you know, the next dip, the next big correction we get, right? I think a big problem that a lot of people have is they say that they're going to buy the dip, and then when the dip comes, they're too scared to buy it. It is... Just understand that the next big dip that we get is likely, in my opinion, going to be one of the last opportunities you get to buy this stuff extremely cheap, right? And I'm not going to lie, guys. Even a lot of these altcoins, like Dogecoin right now, over the past 2 months, Dogecoin is up. We'll call it, it's 100% up in the past 2 months. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why would I buy something that just pumped 100%? And you'd be very correct in thinking that. However, we're 100% up from the bear market bottom, right? The current bear market bottom. Who knows if we're going to make lower lows? I think it's less likely, but who knows, right? But sure, from the bottom of the bear market, you're buying the top of 100% pump. But if you think that Dogecoin is going to break its all-time high, right? Let's say you think it's going to come up, and then it's going to moon, and then it's going to moon again, and then it's going to moon again, right? You're going to break the previous all-time high, and you're going to make new highs for Dogecoin. I don't know if $2.06 is a legitimate target, but, you know, if you think you're coming to all-time highs, are you going to care if you were buying here or here or here? Are you really going to care that much all the way when you're up here? Probably not. You're just going to be looking here and saying, oh, man, I wish I was buying somewhere down here. Right? So just don't lose sight. Don't miss the forest for the trees, as I like to say. So again, and that's not the case for all alts, right? That is not the case for all altcoins, right? Like, let's see, INJ, right? Like, this is the top of a very large pump. But who knows what INJ is going to do in the next bull market, right? You know, if INJ is going to rip, you know, if INJ rips up to X, whatever the next all-time high is, like, who knows what this is going to look like in hindsight? Because I believe INJ was not around in the last bull market, if I'm not mistaken. So there is no bull market all-time high for INJ, right? Likely. I don't think there is. So, keep that in mind, right? Like you could go to any other coin, right? Like go to Cardano. Like people were likely thinking that they were buying the top right here, right? If someone came up, they're like, oh my God, I want to buy Dogecoin. They're like, oh man, I bought the top. Look it up here. They don't care. They're not going to care if you bought here, right? You wanted to buy down here somewhere. So, you have to separate your long-term goals from your short-term goals. The long-term goals, you don't have to be not financial advice. You don't have to be as much of a stickler buying at, between, pennies, right? Like if you're buying a little bit higher, like you don't have to be that diligent with that, right? Or at least that's not how I do it, right? Long-term bags have a little bit more flexibility, right? Because it's a longer-term outlook. But anyway, let's go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure and see if we can give away some free crypto. Let's see. In hindsight, if I would have held my Doge, I'd be sitting pretty. Shout out to Essay. Remember that. That's why, people were telling me, right? When I was mentioning to everybody like, hey guys, I'm buying crypto down here. I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm buying ETH. I'm buying alts. I'm buying alts, right? People were like, dude, you're an idiot. It's going to 3K. It's going to 3K. You're an idiot. Now all my alts are up like X%, right? And it's you got to pull the trigger at some point, right? Just like people got greedy waiting for $100,000 Bitcoin, people in the same way, the bears get greedy waiting for those lower prices, and more often than not, they never come. Right? So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and continue on and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure. That's not what I wanted. All right, let's see how many likes we got. All right, 362. Yikes. Smash that like button, guys. If you, smash that like button if you guys want some free stuff. Shout out to Joe. We will take a Luna. We will take a look at Luna in just a second. Let's go ahead. No, God, rugged them. All right, let's see here. Let's get these spins out of the way first. Dang. Guys, I'm about to remove a nope out of here because this thing just does not put out as much as it used to. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Give them a giveaway. It's almost like they know the likes are low. It's very strange. Like, I can weight the wheel, right? But this is even. This is not weighted at all. It is weird. Let's see. If BTC still keeps 40,500, I'm still bullish this month. Shout out to Boom Select. I would agree with that. Oh, my God. What is with this thing? Are you going to take me off your wheel when I stop putting out? Shout out to Wick. Oh, God. I wish I could see you guys like on the other side of the screen. Wheel of Scam. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Shout out to Ibra. Says, Frankie, you're the best. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. You're the best. Let's see. Crypto Cowpoke said, Frankie didn't give you guys bunk, so I will. The project's dead, going to zero. Shout out to Crypto Cowpoke. Is that true? Has something come out about bunk? Let's see. Shout out to Zach Leroy. Said, I got to watch my words here. Said, you married the wheel. Quit putting out. Shout out to Zach Leroy. You guys are funny, man. You guys are too funny. All right, here we go. Wait, shout out to Zach. All right, here we go. Smash that like button, guys. We need 550 likes before we end the stream, or we are not going to end the stream. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 giveaways out of 8. That's a 50% hit rate. Not too bad. Let's see. Where's Savage Trades? He's good luck at spins time. Shout out to Crimson Girlfriend. I think Savage was in here just before. I have a moon bag of bonk. Already took out my initial investment. Shout out to Crypto Captain. Shout out to Captain Kirk, guys. It is the end of the week. My brain power does not work very well towards the end of the way. COQ giveaway. We need some. Shout out to wait. Did somebody like? Why is COQ like out in the open now? Like, I thought this was like a hidden gem. Like, it's like, like, since when is this like the poppin' coin? I did not know that this was like mainstream. Yeah, I mean, I did mention my meme coins the other day. I don't like promoting the meme coins because they're very risky, and I like to protect the mafia. I don't want anybody to lose money, but I did not realize that you guys were COQ people. I like it. Okay, let's continue on here. Let's get these giveaways out of the way. And then stick around for the Frankie Fake Out. We will be doing a couple of extra bonus altcoins. Maybe it's going to be Luna. Maybe Maybe it's going to be Caspa. Maybe Luna, maybe Caspa. Who knows? But let's go ahead and pull up our comment picker. If the mods could let me know what we are going to be giving away, how many giveaways, etc. Tyler Durden, you are the GOAT at that. I assume you're the one that's going to be doing that. So let's go ahead and pull up the comment picker. And let me pour another glass of this Andromeda-derived alien scam water. Here we go. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat. He says, Frankie in the closet about COQ. Actually, never mind. Oh God! Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to you, bro. Let me pour this. I feel like a little kid. Don't mind me, guys. Yes, I do have a gallon of water sitting in the Frankie Candle studio. Yes. Let's go. POC for the win. Let's go. Shout out to Redas or Redis, as somebody called them, or some people call them. I'm going back to shout out to Crimson's girlfriend. Chat taking a dirty turn, baby. Chat taking a dirty turn. Fire up that Andromeda-derived alien scam water. Okay, so let's go ahead. Shout out to Holiday. Shout out to Holiday. Says, make a Mafia coin. Shout out to Holiday. I'll be honest with you guys. I've said this ever since I started my channel. I will likely never create my own coin. Listen. If I started my own coin, it would need to be like the most legit thing. I would want to spend all of my time on it, and I would want to make sure like it's a journey I don't want to take. It comes with a lot of scrutiny, and to be honest, like I feel like if I came out with a Mafia coin or a Bing Bong token, right, people would automatically think it's a scam, and I honestly wouldn't blame them, right, because most people that have like a Bing Bong token or like their own coin or whatever, super shady, guys. Like it's a super shady thing in my opinion, right? Like we've seen so many times like creator makes a coin or promotes an NFT and just rugs them. Cough, cough, Logan Paul. But it's like, and then like they gotta pay all their people back. It's just something I don't want to do. Number one, I don't want anyone to lose money. Like I have a responsibility. I genuinely feel like I have a responsibility to you guys. And just coming out with your own token is just a bad idea, in my opinion. It's just something I would never want to be a part of. So unfortunately, probably never going to be a Mafia coin. And as of right now, if there's any CandleMafia token or Bing Bong tokens or Frankie Candles coins, they're all scams. I have nothing to do with any of them and never will, right? And if I ever did come out with like an NFT project or something, like it would likely be a free mint. Like I'm not. I have morals, guys. I just don't want people losing money. I want to be able to sleep at night. So, but it would be cool. It would be cool. Like, I wish we could have like a Bing Bong token that we just for fun. But like, just probably not a good idea. I wouldn't trust any of that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's see. Bada boom. Sauce token. Rob the crypto snow. Okay. Oh God. Shout out to our mods, guys. Our mods are absolutely goated. Shout out to Tyler Durden said 20 giveaways equals 21x bags or 10 2x bags. Dealer's choice. And then Rob the crypto snob said 20 giveaways. So 20 1x bags or 10 2x bags. Take your pick. I like those two different flavors I got. So I'm going to go ahead and say we'll do the 10 2x bags. It makes the calling the winners much, much, much easier. But actually, wait, hang on. What is the video? If somebody can drop that link, I would greatly appreciate it. But shout out to Rob and Tyler and Captain and all the mods in here holding it down. I appreciate you guys to the end of time. Whose COQ is this then? Shout out to Dave Digital. I don't know. So much COQ on my screen when I open my portfolio. Love it. Can we check it? I mean, let's check COQ. I mean, if this were something we were looking at. Let's see. Yeah, like, why is this thing, like, why is everybody talking about this right now? I mean, when did this start to pump? Yesterday? I mean, I guess. Why is this, did somebody, like, make a video about this or something? Yo, shout out to Bullish on Parade said, I lost mine in a POG game years ago. I didn't think anyone else remembered what Pogs was. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and open up the link. We're going to have to pause the video. Oh, wow, look who it is. Anyway. All right. Let's close my... Okay, here we go. Let's pull up the giveaways. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where did the comment picker go? Here we go. All right. So here we go. We got 10 2X bags of Cardano getting ready to be given away. All you got to do is like and comment on that video. Link is in the chat. Go drop a like and a comment on that video to enter the giveaway. I'll actually give you guys another 1 minute to go ahead and enter that giveaway. And let's go ahead. And, yeah, I'll give you guys a couple more seconds, and we'll drop the link and start. Shout out to Tony D. Says, Frankie's so pure. Shout out to Tony D. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a I don't know. Because here's the thing, right? If you had a coin and you did everything right and you didn't scam anybody and you actually were just completely honest about it, people are just automatically going to think you're a scammer anyway. And I just want to be clear, with that being said, 99% of that stuff is a scam anyway. So, I don't even want to be associated with someone who, like as soon as someone brings up their own project, it's like, oh, okay, I got it. Okay, so now you're just looking to I don't know. I'll never do it. I want you guys to make money. Let's see. Shout out to Elizabeth, said, these live streams are so fun. Shout out to Elizabeth. Bing bong. Shout out to you. Let's go. We try to make them as fun as possible. We're about to give away some free crypto, and I think that's about it. We're cutting it off. He said, that's not what I meant. Check the bat phone. Last text I sent you, you'll laugh. Oh, God. Oh, God. Should we leak Tony D's number? You know what? Screw it. You said I'm pure. I'm going to show you that I'm not pure. Let's leak Tony D's phone number. So here you guys go. Imagine. I'm kidding. My screen's off. I would never leak Tony's number. It'd be so random. But anyway, it's funny. If I leaked it to the Candle Mafia, he would just get a bunch of phone calls of people being like, and texts being like, yo, what up, Tony D? You're the man. Because, you guys are just awesome people. But anyway, he says, I'm not going to read it out loud. Hang on. Okay. Oh, no. Shout out to Tony D. No, Tony. No, funny. He says that you guys are, he's like, dude, they're just trolling you. They're trying to get you to say another word by saying COQ. Tony, I'm going to blow your mind right now. It's a meme coin. And ironically, it's a meme coin that I may or may not have bought a little while ago. It's just weird that everyone brought it up right now. So shout out to Tony D. They are definitely trying to get me to say that word, but also it's a meme coin, unless I just exposed myself for a coin that I bought, and that is they are just trying to troll, and now everyone's gonna do not. Oh God. Anyway, let's continue on. Shout out to Tony D, bro. You're funny, man. All right, let's go ahead and fetch.ai this link. Here we go. Anything goes. No. Here we go. All right. So we got 10 free bags of ADA to give away today. Let's go ahead and do it. 230 comments. Here we go. Pick a winner. Winner numero uno. Superman socks. Let's go. Shout out to Superman socks. Congratulations. Shout out to you, bro. I was talking to him in chat a little bit earlier before the stream started. Congratulations. You're getting a free bag of ADA. Shout out to Superman socks. Let's go. I don't have Superman socks, but I do have black socks and big calves. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. Yes, I do these live streams barefoot, guys, or sock-footed. I got to get myself some Superman socks. Shout out to Superman socks. Congratulations on your free Cardano. Hit that free Discord. Go to the giveaway section and claim your free Cardano. Winner number 2. Let's get it. The Saints RJ5ZT. Shout out to you, bro. He says, bing bong. Yo, Mrs. Candle's trying to burn me alive in here. Like, for real. I got to call Mrs. Candles, guys. But shout out to the Saints. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that comment or the bing bong. And hit that free Discord and go claim your free Cardano while I call Mrs. Candles. Let's see. Dave Digital says, how much COQ do you have? Do you Dave, if you don't do stand-up, Dave, you have to do stand-up, bro. You're funny, man. You're funny. Hey, Mrs. Candles, I have a question. Are you trying to burn me alive? The heat is just blasting up here. Oh. So you're trying to burn me and you left the house to just leave me alone to just sizzle away to nothing? Oh, okay, so you're telling me I sabotaged myself. Okay. Well, thank you, Mrs. Candles. The Candle Mafia says hi. They would like to see your hand, but I understand that you're on the phone. You can't show your hand. But okay, I was just wondering because I am melting in here. But that's okay. We're almost done. So I'll talk to you later. Okay, sweetheart? Okay, honey. All right. Okay, sweetheart. Bye. I love you. All right. How am I the one that's in front of hundreds of people and she's the one that's embarrassed? Anyway, guys, shout out to Mrs. Candles. There's the Mrs. Candles hands in chat. But shout out to the Saints. Hit that free Discord and get your free giveaway. That was winner number 2. Let's go ahead and check out who's winning. Giveaway number 3. 999 forever. Shout out to you. Thank you for that heart emoji and the candle emoji. I say bing to the MF and bong. Shout out to you. Go hit that free Discord and get your free Cardano. Your winner number 3. Let's go. Bing bong. Shout out to you. 99 forever. Winner number 4. Who is it gonna be? Mrs. Candles doesn't like to be on stream unless her nails look fresh. Shout out to Creighton C. You're very, very 100% correct. Mrs. Candles has literally walked away when I call her on set because she goes like this and there's just no nails. But shout out to Feeling Whitney. Shout out to Post Malone. If you get the reference, you get the reference. If not, listen to the song Feeling Whitney by Post Malone if you're ever feeling sad. But shout out to Feeling Whitney. Says, Frankie with the sauce. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for watching the content and dropping a comment and liking the video. Thank you so much. We're going to send you some free Cardano and you're winner number 4. And you know what that means? We got to pick winner number 5. Let's get it. All right, let's see. Who is it going to be? Billy Ray, shout out to you, said stock and crypto investments is changing the narrative for so many people. A good trading system. And what do we think? What do we think? Scammer or no scammer? Shout out to Leon. Let's go. Let's see. Dave said he will give all of his COQ. Oh God. All right. Shout out to Tiberius. Fake scam. Okay. So shout out to Billy Ray. We'd like to give you free crypto, but if you are real, you got to write less botted responses, so we know you're human. But shout out to that guy. Winner number 5. Here we go. ADTV says appreciate it, Frankie. We know that's not a bot because they know my name. But who knows? AI is getting very, 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 very smart. So shout out to ADTV. Let's go. Yeah, let's get it. Shout out to you. You're getting a free bag of Cardano. Hit that free Discord. Go to the giveaway section. Click I just want a giveaway, and we'll send you some free Cardano. Not this dirty fiat. We'll send you actual useful money. All right, let's go. Winner number 6. Shout out to ADTV. Winner number 6. Meg, shout out to Megan Mac 11. Megan Mac 11. Wow, I like that. Megan Mac 11. Shout out to you. Says Frankie Candles, my new spirit animal. Megan Mac 11. I assume you're talking about the Gratata Mac 11. Shout out to Megan. I don't think I've ever been someone's spirit animal. I mean, my spirit animal is a goat. Bah! Anyway, shout out to Megan. Thank you for allowing me to be your spirit animal. I hope I do a good job because I've never been a spirit animal before. I've been an emotional support dog, but never a spirit animal. So shout out to Megan Mac 11. Hit that free Discord. Go to the giveaway section. Click I just want a giveaway, and the mods will send you some free Cardano. Let's get it. Winner number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Winner 7, I think. Oh, Megan is 6. So winner number 7. Tyler, are you proud of me, bro? We're on track here. Winner number 7, let's see. Rated R Crypto, 50K, let's go. Shout out to Rated R Crypto. This has been a Rated R stream, guys. We got to get it back to family friendly here. They got to stop making meme coins that have bad words in them. Shout out to Rated R Crypto. What do you have to do? Go to the Discord, go to the free Discord, and go to the giveaway section. Click I just want a prize, and we'll send you some free crypto. Well, Tony D or Tyler or someone, one of the mods will. But yeah, shout out to you. You're getting some free crypto. Shout out to R-Rated Crypto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead. You're winner number 7 in case you care to know. Winner number 8. Let's see. Yo, you guys are funny. Shout out to Coben says Frankie's the GOAT. Wah! Right? That is guys, I gotta find that's not it. I gotta find the screaming goat, guys. Baby goats make that noise. Wah! Wah! I just licked the microphone. I can't do the goat sound anymore, guys. I cannot risk licking the microphone again. That was weird. Anyway, let's continue on. I'm gonna let you guys pop off in chat. I can't. I gotta stay away from chat right now. It's getting dark. Anxious Trader, we're gonna turn you into the Confident Trader. As I always say, we're gonna turn you to the Confident Trader, bro. You've stream ready. Shout out to you, bro. I'm pretty sure you've won giveaways before. Shout out to you, man. We're gonna send you some free Cardano. You're winner number 8. Yeah, you're. Tyler, you said rated R, bro. I read that wrong, and I was like, oh my god, Tyler's popping off in chat right now. Who's he calling that word? Shout out to you, bro. But shout out to Anxious Trader. We're going to turn you to the Confident Trader, and we're going to start by giving you some free crypto, bro. We're going to send you some free crypto, send you some free ADA. Shout out to you. Thank you for liking and commenting on the video, and hit that free Discord and get your free crypto. Winner number, I think 8 or 9, Enzo Mining. I think Enzo's in here right now. Enzo, show yourself. I think you are here, my bro. Shout out to you, man. Congratulations. You have... you deserve this, bro. You've been here forever, and we're going to send you a little bag of ADA. So shout out to you. You know what to do. I don't even got to tell you. Shout out to Enzo Mining. I love you, bro. And thank you for always being a part of the Candle Mafia. We really do appreciate you guys. Hey, Anxious Trader in the chat said, thanks, Frankie. Love the Sunday streams. Shout out to the Anxious Trader. Live Sunday sauce this week? Maybe. I mean, I didn't shoot a tutorial, so I'm running out of time. If I don't shoot a video tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to have to go live. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Anxious Trader. Congratulations. And winner number 9, winner number 10 is Tundra 9128 Heart. Definitely a real person, I think. So shout out to Tundra. Thank you for watching the comment. Thank you for dropping a like. Thank you for dropping a comment. We're going to send you some free Cardano. And as long as Tyler Durden doesn't come up here and say scammer or bot, we're sending you some free crypto. And I guess if you were a bot, you won't even care if we send you the crypto anyway. So shout out to you. Thank you for watching the comments, watching the content. And you know what to do. Hit that free Discord and get your free giveaway. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Bing bong. Shout out to everybody who won some free crypto. And guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I think that was all the giveaways. Thank you all for hanging out. Candle Mafia, you guys are the absolute best. Thank you for hanging out with us till the end of the stream on this beautiful, beautiful Friday night. There's a lot of stuff you guys could be doing, especially with the holidays approaching. But you chose to hang out here with the Candle Mafia and your boy Frankie Candle. So I appreciate you guys. I don't just say that. I love each and every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. I truly do. It just touched the mic. I'm going to move this mic away from me. It's getting up in my face. Anyway, but guys, with all that being said, this has been a wild stream. I'm kind of on one tonight, but I'll see you guys on Monday or maybe even Sunday. Different place, different time, same place, right here, probably at like 12 in the afternoon on Sunday. But after that, I'll see you guys right here on Monday, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candle's YouTube channel. And Sunday Sauce probably will be a live stream. And if it's not a live stream, it's probably going to be a live stream. So I'll see you guys on Sunday. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys next time. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candle's out. Bing bong.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay up. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay up. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store I'm playing. I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse, yeah. You just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the campaign, swear I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth, yeah. They be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching full seven stances like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off, yeah. It's a matter of time. I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle strong. 4th and 40 got a pun. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth. Woo.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay up. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay up. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's That's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy. And that's when you really gon' need me.
Well, we should probably take a look at Luna and Caspa, right? Right? Let's do it. All right, let's jump right in. So here we are on Caspa. I saw a bunch of people asking for Caspa and Luna, so let's go ahead and take a look at them, right? So what I'd be looking at on Caspa right now, the nice thing is that we are creating somewhat of a nice little range here, right? So taking a look at this volume profile, what do we have from the low to the high, from the low to the above the POC, back to the high, back to the low, back to the POC, now losing the range, right? Now, the question is, are we simply deviating here for a potential move back into the area of value, or are we decisively losing the range to come lower? Now, this is a harder question to answer than it is to ask, but taking a look at the higher hourly time frames, right? The 6 hour, green dot, not really looking to print. 4 hour getting rejected at the 0 line. 2 hour red dot. This thing kind of looks like a mess, to be honest. Like, indicators are an absolute mess. Like, let's see here. I mean, you do have a bullish divergence on the 45 minute, which is nice because you are below your volume profile, right? So this could give you a little bit of a bounce back into these areas, but I would be careful based off of the money flow here on some of these higher time frames. Like, 12-hour money flow coming out, 16-hour money flow coming out, crossing over into the red, right? This is somewhat bearish, right? So I would be careful, especially with Bitcoin potentially looking to pull back here. I would be careful, but, 16-hour and no daily, but the 16-hour bull div could give you a little bit of a bounce. But look at your money flow. Just based off your money flow, you could be expecting a continuation to the downside. If you're going to get a continuation to the downside, the area of resistance I would be looking for shorts at would be right here in this purple box, right? So if you come back up, test that POC, golden pocket, value area low, 786 retracement, all this confluence right here is going to be a place where you could potentially look for a short. But you have to be careful, right? Now, the reason I would look for a retracement here to go lower is because of the money flow coming out, right? But you have to be careful because if you do come back up in here, if you don't get clear bearish signals, you're at risk of flipping the value area low to support and filling the rest of the range. But because of the money flow, I would be willing to look at a short at this level because if you were going to put in a lower high and continue your movement to the downside, see here on Lux Algo, change of character, purple candles. Sometimes, I mean, you do have your smart trail right here on this golden pocket, right? So if you push it, if we do push down and we lose this range, the next area of support I would be looking at would be this range, right? 786 golden pocket between 10 and 9, between 107636 and 94169 is going to be that next level of support. You also have your Lux Algo Smart Trail on the daily coming here, coming right through here. So that would be your indication for a potential bounce. However, what do we always say, right? If you're going to start a downtrend, typically you'll get a change of character, right? Candles turn purple, and then you look for a retracement into resistance levels for a potential short entry. So I would be careful of a rejection here. If you do not reject there and you continue to the upside, you could look back. I mean, these are the two zones I would be looking for shorts at if things remain bearish, right? Right here, right? Value area low POC, and then your golden pocket 786 value area high confluence sitting right here. Sorry, just choked on myself there. But that's what I'd be looking at on Caspa. Now let's go ahead and check out Luna. Okay, they won't let me hold the man. I feel like TradingView has been like glitchy AF lately. I don't know if it's my computer or TradingView. It's like I can't hold the undo button anymore. It's so annoying. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out Luna. We'll just do it manually. All right, let's see. Bada boom, right? So so here's the thing on Luna. Now, I don't know what the heck we're gonna expect, what we should be expecting out of this thing, right? Luna went to 0 and then it came back to life, right? Shout out to anybody who longed it at 0 and caught the 2,230,000, whatever, the extreme percentage gain here, right? But anyway, taking a look here. We do have a daily bear div confirmed, right? Money flow coming out. That could mark a significant top. If this move continues down, I'm going to do this one quick and dirty. If we continue down, some key levels to keep an eye on is going to be this golden pocket right here between 75 and 72 cents. 786 coming in right here at about 0.615 or 61 and a half cents. Give or take. These are the next two key levels I'd be looking at for support. You can see these are also backed up by high volume nodes. So if we do wind up coming down here, a little boom, get a bounce, maybe lose it, fall through the low volume gap, hit the 786, and then get another move to the upside. Because in the long term, higher time frame money flow is coming up like everything else. But it does look like we do have some local signals potentially looking for more downside. 3-day red dot confirmed, 4-day, 5-day, 6-day red dots pretty fresh or looking to print here, looking for a move to the downside. But remember, your money flow is coming up. So if we pull back, I will be looking for higher lows to be created before more moves to the upside on mostly everything we've been looking at. But let's see. Shout out to David Brumbelow, said I needed to catch it at 0 to get some of that moonbag loss back. Shout out to David Brumbelow. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I luckily did not lose too much in Luna, but yeah, I get it, bro. I get it. Shout out to David Brumbelow. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. And with all that being said, shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. I was thinking about you the other day, Bubba's. But shout out to Bubba's for joining the Hitman. I appreciate you so much. Creighton C, thank you for the $10 super chat, bro. Absolute GOAT. He says, bro, it's 8. You're still streaming. Is Mrs. Candles running late? Yes, she is. I called her. She wasn't home. And I was just frying myself with the heat. So shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, it is 8 o'clock, guys. So I got to go ahead and hop out of here if I'm going to be ready for a Sunday Sauce live stream this weekend. So with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you all hopefully on Sunday. If not, Monday, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. Smash the like button on your way out. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up.